The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Forum, assemble. You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your lives. Conversations about entertainment and culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope everyone a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night is the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you stick with us. So if you pick it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle inside of an enigma trapped in tiny fingers because he doesn't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, indeed, Jay? Next, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? And as for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. Shout out to Moses Magnum. He's not here yet, but I'm sure he will be. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, I got distracted because Oz, you got I think that's what, a lamp in your camera view. What is that? Or is that a ring light? What is that at the top of your? Well, it something's at the top of the thing there, right? Like you don't see that? No, I know you don't see it. It's not your
No,
yeah, that whatever that is.
that's you.
That's
It's kind of like where it is now. It's like at an angle where I have to kind of like I'm looking
that's the
directly at
screen.
you. Yeah.
Got
So
it. Yeah,
I was working on something and I tilted this way, so I've been
I
like you. But
understand.
now,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, got it. I
now
was
I'm
like, I
gonna.
don't know what that is, but I was like, what? I think I was literally trying to figure it out, and I messed around and derailed myself. But that's on me.
Yeah,
Welcome to
sorry.
Fantastic Forum.
I was
No, that's
vigorously working
again.
on something.
Well, we appreciate it, friend. We got a great show for you today because we are going to be talking to you all about Starfleet Academy, the newest Star Trek series on Paramount Plus. We're going to be talking to you all about Galactic, the comic book on DSTLRY, and we're going to be talking about All You Need Is Kill, the film being released based on the manga. So we got all that going on, as well as, of course, the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum. Moses Magnum's in the building. What up, Moses?
Yeah, man, I gotta clean my desk, man. I find the craziest things in here, man. Look at this shit.
My God. my God.
And yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I know it's legal, but there's a limit, right? Be careful. No,
I got this
like
little
they're
thing right
they
here. I
go
found yeah.
There's like, where's your dispensary license? No.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta clean
Anyway,
up this place. Yeah.
there it is. So yeah, we got all that going on, and we'll also tell you how it is that you can get down with Fantastic Forum in just a moment. But before we do all that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, the show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope all is well with you, good sir. And with that said, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, all you got to do is go to fantasticforum.live, hit the call in button, and you will be the fifth member of Fantastic Forum. So yeah, go ahead, make that happen. And we'd love to see you. Love for you to get down with us. Gentlemen, everybody doing okay? You guys are good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, good. I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy. I'm excited for us all to be here today. Um, we got a lot. We got a lot happening. So I guess we should just go ahead and get on with it. So with that said, um, let's go ahead and let's just jump into our review of All You Need Is Kill. You guys ready for that? You guys good for that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Jay, why don't you go ahead and tell the people what All You Need Is Kill is?
Um, it's a movie about um this giant plant that comes to Earth, and one day monsters erupt from it,
and one girl uh, is repeatedly living that day over and over as she keeps dying, and her journey to try and stop. Uh, Basically, she's fighting to try and stop the the monsters and put an end to the plant.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. That pretty much is what it is. Uh, yeah, no question on that. Um, like I know, or at least the thing that would we should also mention is all you need is kill is actually the basis or the source material, I guess, for all you need is kill is the basis for the movie Edge of Tomorrow, which some people might remember um, as basically the joint that was star Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, where it it has some of those elements, right? So some of those elements are in that movie, um, but like the way that that was portrayed, it was not it was not portrayed like a giant plant, but in this, yeah, it is definitely kind of like some sort of alien kind of uh some
Flora.
sort of yeah, at least that's what it looks like. And I mean, ultimately, I think like it. I mean, it could be something in between, even though there are such things as carnivorous plants, right? So I
But
don't
they're
I
still
don't
plants.
know. Right, right, but that's the point I'm making, where it's like, you know, the in this movie the plant gives off like some type of spore type thing, but I think that if we saw that, we would think of it more as like an animal than we would a plant.
Is it kind of like in
But
the X-Men? Like,
like Krakoa, you mean?
what are the other plant beings? The ones from like
Oh, the Coati?
Empire? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Coati or Kotati. I don't like. I only read about them. I don't say their names out loud. So I think it's Coati. Um, but yeah, see, and even like, you know, like this is even it's yeah, maybe because the things kind of almost look they almost look like Starro, almost like inverse Starro, kind of. Um, and I actually like I'll put up some video um so that the people can see what we're talking about, just so that like we don't have to just take my word for it, right?
Especially because
But
you always explain it wrong.
you're right, exactly. Like why explain it wrong when I could just go ahead and show it to you all, and it could it could explain itself, right?
I
So
feel like you're gonna show it wrong.
I'm
He's
gonna I'm
already
gonna I'm
he's
gonna
already
show it
showing it
wrong.
wrong. Like he's vamping and na.
There it is. Look. So this is the trailer for it, and so you can see there that's like the thing. Yeah, as you can see, it looks like an alien tree. And the another thing that I found interesting about this is that um it's very much like not like it's in Edge of Tomorrow, which Edge of Tomorrow unfortunately is not the greatest of titles. I get what they were trying to go for, but yeah, I don't think it works. But Edge of Tomorrow is very much like a war film, and so when I went to go see this movie, I was thinking it was going to be more war filmish, um, and it's not. Like this is not a war movie. This is like because the Edge of Tomorrow comes across like an alien invasion. You know what I mean? And this is not an alien invasion uh, type of flick. Like this is more like an alien thing that happens, and like people dealing with it. Like the main characters in this aren't um they aren't whatchamacallit. Like the main characters in this aren't soldiers. They're like the main characters are the people that are like doing the grunt work of collecting samples for like the scientists to study. And that's a very different dynamic, especially considering that, it's like, the people that end up doing the fighting aren't, they don't start off as fighters. And so
I mean, I
that
can
kind of
make the same
adds,
argument about the movie, about the
well, you can about Tom Cruise,
yeah.
but Tom Cruise, but he was at the very least enlisted in the military. He just had
Mhm.
like not a frontline job.
What was he, like
You
a
know what I mean?
lawyer or something? I forget.
He's like PR. He's like military mouthpiece. Like that. His job
Okay,
was PR, and he got busted down and put on the front line. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't do this." That's not. He spent all his time basically being the mouthpiece for the military, and he's like, "You can't put me on the front line. I don't fight." And that's
okay,
why
so
he was just like,
you
"Oh
saw
man,
both then,
yeah."
because I was
hmm
trying to remember in the Tom Cruise movie, it wasn't just a day, right? It was until he died.
Um.
He just kept dying
It.
really fast. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Exact.
But I think
Yeah.
that there's
Yeah.
points where like the battle that he first gets this power, like they finish that battle and then he dies later on after that. But I think it's like the next day or something, isn't it? I don't
I
remember
like
if it lasted more than a day.
right. If I remember correctly, in Edge of Tomorrow, it was about when he died and he reset at that point. Like everything reset at that point when after he died. And yeah, and Mo was right. Like it basically was like it doesn't
I
necessarily
remember
say
he
there's a
died in training. Like when they're like, okay,
right.
so even like in the training, like the chick didn't remember him, but he knew her, and
hmm
it's like he died in the danger room. Like,
Right, exactly. And so it's like he's not it wasn't a hard time limit or anything like that. And I don't know that it's a hard time limit for All You Need Is Kill either. It's the same kind of deal where it's like they just die quick because these things are very vicious, the mimics, they call
I
them mimics.
I don't know if the main character has a hard time limit, but I feel with like what is going on, they had some kind of time limit.
Well,
Because I think
you're talking about
I
all
think
you
the
need all you
takeover,
need is kill.
yeah, in all you need is kill. I think the takeover like was going to happen at a certain point. Like they were at the end phase, at the last day before this plant takes over.
Well,
I thought that's
I
something they described in the movie.
see, and I'm gonna tell you like, and you all can help me here because I feel like there's a lot of like jumps in logic and a lot of things that get said that they don't like. It just it just happens in the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like unfortunately I watched the English dub. I won't say unfortunately. I watched the English dub. I made that choice. But there's a part of me that felt like there might have been some things that could potentially have gotten lost in translation. And I don't know if that's 100% the case or if that was your experience too, but it just felt like sometimes people just made conclusions and I'm like, how did they come to that conclusion? I don't, and what you're saying, like that could be the case, but I don't remember them actually spelling that out. I don't know, Jay, do you have any thoughts on that? Like having watched the film, like, do you feel like there was a hard time limit?
No, it was just till death.
Okay. And now keeping in mind too, though, what something that this movie does different that Edge of Tomorrow than happens with Edge of Tomorrow is that while like in Edge of Tomorrow, you had, which I don't remember, like the woman that was like the poster girl for the war. She wasn't named Rita, was she? Was she named Rita in Edge of Tomorrow? Anybody remember? I don't remember.
I
I
So
don't
don't
remember.
remember.
okay, so but either way, like the Emily Blunt's character had the power, like the foresight thing, and then there was a battle, and she lost it, and then Tom Cruise got it.
She was Rita.
Okay, cool, thank you. So yeah, so Rita in Edge of Tomorrow lost the power, and then Tom Cruise got it next. I think after he killed a particular. If I remember, if I'm remembering right, I think it actually had to do something with she got a blood transfusion or something. Like she got hurt, they gave her like a blood transfusion, and it was gone after that. And then he got it after he killed like a specific type of monster, a specific mimic type of mimic. Um, but in this, they kind of like they don't ever say, I don't believe, but it does seem like Rita got the power when she killed a specific type of mimic, and she killed it. It killed her. Then she wakes up again. But the difference is, there's another person. Like in All You Need Is Kill, there's another person who's experiencing the same thing as Rita, uh, KG, and KG, like when he doesn't need to get killed. When Rita gets killed, it all resets for him too.
Well, it's both of them because there's 2 times that he got killed and Rita got
Right,
reset.
right. Which I was gonna get to, but the whole point I'm making is that it's not right. It is like when one of them dies, it resets. And
Well,
why?
it
Huh?
wasn't because of killing a certain mimic. It was basically, I think they call it Daryl,
Mm-hmm.
sent out a like an energy beam, like a pulse,
Okay.
and Rita and Keji were both exposed to it. Like everyone else had their suits on, like, but they were like actually exposed to it, and that's why they reset.
Oh, because their helmets were up.
Yeah,
Oh, see, now I didn't realize that, and I do remember them saying, the thing telling, hey, put your helmet down or whatever. That because that was like after she had fallen, right?
yeah.
And the thing was telling her put your helmet down. I didn't realize that the pulse was the reason. Okay, so but did they show, like, I remember the scene where KG was talking about he was there too the first time. I didn't realize his helmet was up though.
Oh, I know he mentions it,
He mentions that, what, the pulse, or that his helmet was up.
that he was exposed to it, the
Okay.
pulse.
And it
Okay.
could have been a
Yeah.
combo of the because they got the blood on them too, and the pulse, and like a weird freaky thing that
Right.
I mean, they make it a
The
point to freeze on that image where he's on one side, she's on the other, the thing's in the middle. They both got shit on them.
right, right. And so, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, I don't need everything spelled out for me, mind you, but something about the way that this story was told made me come away from it feeling like I'm missing information. And I like that's not usual for me. So I'm just like, huh. I was like, what? Like, why are things happening like this? Like, um, yeah, yeah. But before we go further into the story, why don't you all talk to me about how you all felt about the animation? Um, because the this joint's based, it's based on what a light novel and a manga, and I know people were like excited, or there was a segment of people that were excited for a theatrical release for an anime film because it's like, hey, like we need more. Jay, how do you feel about this as just as anime and like the actual animation of it?
I did enjoy the animation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's interesting style,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, and yeah, like animation wise, I didn't have any issues with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely not what it's not traditional anime per se.
Right,
Yeah.
it's a little
Out
French.
very much so. That's exactly what came to mind for me too, where and we showed the trailer, like you can see some of the influences of that if you are a person that's familiar with animation styles. It's definitely a French inspired anime kind of vibe to it, which is interesting. What did you think about it, Oz?
It was pretty standard, I think.
Really? You feel like that's like what all anime looks like generally?
Not all, but a lot.
Okay.
Animation style was a little bit more like jumpy, clunky, where like there's some smooth ass animes out there and better. I don't want to say better visually because it the subject matter. I mean the background and especially like all the flower stuff was amazing. I mean,
Hmm.
you saw the trailer where they showed just the flower in the background. That all, especially on
Yeah.
the big screen, beautiful. But then the starro looking things are a little bit clunkier. And
Mm.
I mean, it's not a criticism. That's pretty standard with animation. That's just how that's done.
And it's also
Interesting.
probably like a little bit. Sometimes like it could be a fault in the animation, but sometimes it's style too. Like I
Hmm.
feel especially like when you're talking about looking French, like that's kind of like what Tekken King Crete looked like a little bit. And some
Hmm.
parts will be really smooth, and some parts will be kind of jittery. It's almost like I call it like music video style, where it's like
Mm.
you're only concentrating on like 12 seconds at a time or something, like because they're gonna tell you it's gonna express itself in that moment in time, and that's the way the story goes. Or if you're listening to music while you're watching it, like, but again, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but just from the trailer, I could see what Oz is talking about.
Hmm.
But I know like from that studio, that's kind of a style, like because that's the dudes that did the Animatrix too. The guy, I think
Right.
they did the Runner, right? Or I don't
I
know.
think so. I don't
Yeah,
like. I don't.
if
I
not
don't
the
remember
Runner,
the
it was the other
titles.
guy, the guy that skates and wakes up. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Cool. Like I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. I know they did the Animatrix.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely. So
Kind of
um
reminds me like little Aeon Fluxy. Yeah.
yeah, it does have that kind of vibe. Yeah. So um so going back, like I know the movie came out like a week ago or so. So we don't want to like spoil it all or whatnot. But
Everybody
because
saw Edge of Tomorrow already.
no, listen, completely different stories though. That's the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
at least in my opinion, where like I feel like if you like I saw Edge of Tomorrow, I was watching this joint like it deviates early as far as I'm concerned. Where I'm like, oh, okay, like Edge of Tomorrow is literally like this is just like people borrowing concepts. But the wild part is for me, like I haven't read the manga or the light novel, so I don't even know which one is more true to the source material. You know, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Edge of Tomorrow is
Yeah,
doing it wrong, or they just like just because this is anime, I'm not gonna assume
that
it.
is right.
Yeah, that it's the one that was close to the source material because I really don't know. I did look at the cover, like looking at the cover of the manga, like and this very well might be because it might be because of the Hollywood movie, but the cover of the mangas, the cover of the manga that I saw definitely looks more in line with Edge of Tomorrow than this movie.
They
But
play with
I
the
don't. But
font.
again, I don't
They
know.
play with the font similarly, right? Is that what it
No,
is?
I'm not even talking about font. I'm talking about like for instance,
Because
this
I know
movie
this
sent.
kind of did it too, like the way the "Live for Tomorrow" or whatever in the trailer, and that I remember the trailer for Edge of Tomorrow kind of did a similar thing too. Yeah,
Yeah, they did like the live, die, repeat
yeah.
type deal, right? But yeah, that's another weird thing that they did with that movie because at some point they realized Edge of Tomorrow is not a great title, and they were like, let's try to retitle it like on the fly after the movie came out. And it's just like
Well, I think
so
that's
that
what Edge of Tomorrow was. Like it was "Live, Die, Repeat," and they changed it to Edge of Tomorrow. I think.
oh, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it
Yeah,
was Edge
no,
of
I
Tomorrow.
thought it was that other way around, but
Yeah,
oh no, we
look, the
could be.
fact
It's
the
a
fact that
long
we
time ago.
don't know
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
problem. I know.
I know they made "Live, Die, Repeat" like the tagline instead of
Right.
the
Yeah,
title,
Edge
but
of Tomorrow was the title.
okay.
Hmm.
Live, Die, Repeat was the tagline.
But I think that was after changing the title from "Live, Die, Repeat." 'Cause I remember, from what I remember, it was Jay did the news story back at your apartment
Mm.
about the name change.
At Jay's apartment in
No,
Long
at your
Beach.
apartment. It was,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
in
over in South
Athens,
Central.
Greece.
Athens, Greece. You crazy? So, yeah, man. I look, yeah, but I really like. I don't know, and that was the weird thing for me because I'm just like, again, my only frame of reference was really Edge of Tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, that's a war movie, and this joint to me, like, this is not a war movie. It's a movie about people fighting. They definitely fight, and there are a lot of action scenes in it of people, um, learning how to fight these things because they keep getting killed over and over, right? And they don't want that to happen anymore. But
And
yeah,
that's
what
kind
are
of
you
why I
saying?
had that question about, does it last more than a day? Because Edge of Tomorrow and I didn't read the comic. Edge of Tomorrow made sense because he's in the military. He's got access to all this
Yeah,
equipment.
right,
At some
right.
point you have to like fly somewhere to do something, and
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna take time.
Mm-hmm.
And in the anime, like, there's points where everything takes place on the same day. And there's
Mm-hmm.
points where like they fully upgrade their suits to like transformer levels practically,
Transformer levels.
what feels like within hours. Like at first it kind of made sense, like,
Yeah,
oh, the suit was reprogrammed. But then
right.
like they start like adding pieces, and like they have time to do all that. And then there's even one point where they do all that, and then one person is in the chair like running cameras or something. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, so he went all the way over there, did all this, and then ran back, set,
Yeah, yeah.
set up the,
No,
it's just like it didn't, that those moments. I think you might have said something about how
yeah.
stuff just happens sometimes.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that 100%. Like, it was definitely a thought I had as well during the movie where I was just like, it feels like, like it's one thing to like for this to be um like a roguelike, right? Where it's like, okay, you die and you start over from scratch. But this felt in some moments like a rogue light, where it's like, okay, your progression carries over, like it did feel like, okay, like this suit was upgraded from the last time and gets to keep going. And I'm like, well, why does that happen? Like, I'm not sure. Like, they haven't told me why that would be the case. At least that I can remember or recognize. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Was I missing something, Jay? Is there something that, like, a reason that seemed like that would happen?
Honestly, I just assumed that whatever programming he needed to do to upgrade it, he just
Mhm.
remembered it.
Okay.
So
It's
he
just
wasn't starting from
proficiency.
scratch every day.
Right.
You just like,
He knew
yeah,
exactly what to do.
right.
And
Yeah,
look,
That was my
there's
assumption.
I get the
mhm.
programming stuff, but then you see them like moving the equipment
Yeah,
to attach
like
it.
they gotta build stuff every day. Maybe, but that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know. Like, because like even for me, another thing that I was just like, so why does this happen this way? Like, is there a reason that I might have missed why the monsters, like the mimics, were hunting her down?
Well, they were kind of going after everybody.
But not really though. Like I'm talking about like literally when she would leave. So the idea is she's just not getting away fast enough before the spores reach wherever she happens to be. Is that what
I
we're
think they're
saying?
global.
Yeah.
I think that's why you see all that red shit around the planet because those things just go all over the world.
But there's
And
only one.
they show like there's a few scenes where they show like all the other casualties where it's
Mhm.
like they're pretty much going after everybody. It's just she's the one that matters
Okay,
because she resets.
and I can definitely get that where like I'm 100% behind the idea of like we're as from a story perspective we're following the protagonist. So like when interesting things happen, that's when we're looking at that person. Like that's how stories work. I'm 100% on that. I It just felt to me like the way it was portrayed was almost like it was looking for her specifically because she was going off into like the forest alone, driving off into the forest trying to hide, and a thing would find her. you know, so it's like at that point it's like okay, she's that's not them hunting people, that's hunting her specifically. So that's what, at least that's how it felt to me like watching it. So but I get it. Like there was a point where she was like on a ferry trying to get away, and yeah, there are a whole bunch of people on the ferry. So
Well,
but
she didn't get got on the ferry.
well, she took herself out on that joint, right?
Like that's the furthest she got. She could have made it. I think
She could have made it.
she was
She was
out.
like, oh, here they come. She's
She
like,
got off the
let me
island.
she was like, let me drown myself.
Should have headed to
Ooh.
America where we got the guns.
I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm not sure getting drowned is a better death than getting skewered by a mimic, but I might be wrong about that. Like, I hope I never have to experience either one.
Depends which one takes longer.
Yeah, but you got to see with like
Drowning takes longer, right?
Well, no, you could be skewered and just bleed to death by day. Like, because they're not gonna eat you, right? Like,
It's a day by day.
yeah.
Dang, that's rough. That'd be rough. Yeah, I guess that could happen. I don't. Yeah, it usually happens quick.
I
But
thought she assumed that them killing her was what was resetting.
yeah, well, that was her thought there, where she was like, maybe if I just kill myself, I'll go ahead and this will end it. But yeah, it didn't turn out to be the case. So, um, and so yeah, like I feel like the joint like does a pretty decent, um, like it. I'll say this from a pacing perspective, I thought the movie did pretty well, especially because when you have a movie that's on the premise of we're repeating everything um, over and over. It's easy for that to potentially become, like samey, right? Uh, I feel like this does a good job of it not feeling samey. I thought Edge of Tomorrow did a good job of that as well. Where it's like it edits appropriately, and this did the same thing, where it was just like, okay, at a particular point, it's like I can abridge stuff so that like we're going through all the same motions, like everything's happening the same way, but you don't have to be here for all of it because you've seen it 2 times already, right? So it's like let's cut to the chase, and then it does that again further down the line, further down the line, further down the line. So that was good.
I thought they
Um,
could have done a little better.
oh, Jay's like, nah, man. It's like that joint. It felt repetitious to you, Jay.
A little bit.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Now, is that like your big gripe about the movie? If you have
Um,
a like, or the closest thing that comes to a big gripe, or I don't know. Speak for
yeah,
me. I'm asking.
yeah, that's the closest thing that comes to a big gripe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it did feel a little samey at some points.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I thought it was good. Like,
What did you? Okay.
no,
Like,
I enjoyed it.
okay. How about you, Oz? What was your thoughts?
I didn't get too much of the samey. I mean, I think they did a decent job of changing it up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
including like, I'm just gonna take this one off.
Yeah. Right. Right.
It's a plot we've seen in a lot of TV shows by now, and famously Groundhog Day too. So
Mm-hmm.
it can like
Or
it can be done.
Memento. Yeah.
It can be done badly, or it can be done right, and I think they did a decent job of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to slip into something that just like you said, just like okay, let's move on to the next day now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Okay. Um. I will say that I think that the studio, um, which it's what 4 degrees Celsius, if I believe is the studio that did this. Um, I definitely feel like they definitely start showing off towards the end in regards to like animation skill and style and whatnot. And there's a lot of cool things I feel like that happen animation wise towards the end. Um, I do feel like the end is kind of where we get some of the more, at least what seemed to me, and I very well, again, maybe I'm just slow on this one, but there was like some hand wavy kind of things that kind of happen where I'm just like, wait, why is that? Why do we know that? Or how is that? How is that the case? But okay, hey, listen, I'll roll with it. And if you just roll with it, you're gonna have a good time because uh, it's visually, I think it's really nice. Um, I feel like again, like there's a part of me that almost wants to watch this again, and I'll probably wait until it comes to some sort of uh streaming service or something like that, but watch it in with subtitles and just kind of see if that experience from a story perspective is a little bit different or not. um
Well, I'm gonna do you one better, Larry. I'm gonna learn Japanese and just watch
you-
it in Japanese.
Listen, do it, Mo, please, man. Look, learn Japanese, and I want from the source, the horse's mouth. Tell me what they're talking about.
How dare
And
you call me a horse?
right,
In
but
Japanese culture, this is terrible. You're dishonoring my mother.
oh man, but no, it's funny because things like that happen where like I'm a big Robotech fan,
Man, I was
and
just watching that yesterday.
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. But when you watch Macross,
Yeah.
I'm like, Macross and Robotech are almost two different shows.
Well, yeah, that and then when you watch even like just Robotech, but yeah, I guess like when you watch Macross with a dub is different than if you watch it with a sub. Like
It is.
whatever they say in English, and even if you put captions on the English language, the captions are based on the Japanese, not the English. So they'll say different things on the captions than they do out loud, And I
Right.
don't know if yeah, and
Absolutely.
then I had that, and then that happened with fucking Evangelion too. They did
Hmm.
that, so I had to watch it like
Yeah.
3 different times.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's like it wouldn't surprise me, like, and this is no shade or any kind of knock against the voice acting
Uh,
of the people in the
it's a
dubbed
knock
version.
against the typists and translators. Like maybe they'll type
Well,
it for like shorthand or something. Yeah,
I mean, listen,
we need AI.
listen, what I can definitely say with confidence, having, like been an anime kid for a while now. It's like there's some things that, from a cultural perspective, when you decide to make a translation,
Yeah.
like some things don't quite translate.
You
And
got to
so
do an
I understand.
equivalent. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And you try to mess around and do something as close as you can, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's not the same thing. And so there's ideas and concepts that don't
Yeah.
necessarily always translate over. And I'm not saying that I know that for a fact that that's the case with this movie, because I don't know, but I'd be interested to find out, just because based on what I saw, I was just like, it just felt like there was like a little bit of something that was kind of missing in particular portions.
It's
But that's
interesting
not
to see
that's
if we could watch things like movies now with the AI headsets that will translate for you in real time.
that'd be cool.
Like that'd be a good experiment to do, cause see who's messing up.
Well, listen, but at the same time, it could be the AI messing up. It could be a
It
lot.
wouldn't have an I if it could mess up. It'd be AS. Yeah, actual stupidity.
We
Yeah,
don't. We don't. Oh, okay. Not even artificial. Actual stupidity.
yeah,
We perfected that.
yeah.
But yeah. But no, man. I just know that like the voice cast for this was good. Um, I will say that I felt like there was a genuine um chemistry between Rita and KG, and like it was good stuff. Like I really like, I thought those performances and those two people carried the movie. I thought that they did a really good job. Um, so I don't want it to come across like I'm trying to say there's something wrong with the voice cast, because that's not what I'm trying to say at all. But
That's not what the caption says.
so okay. So what else? Anybody got anything else they want to say about All You Need Is Kill before we start
I
doing
have a
some ratings?
question for you
Oh yeah.
guys that watched it and watched Edge of Tomorrow too. Is like, do you think anime live action anime adaptation or live action adaptation of this now would be different than what we got with the Tom Cruise movie?
What do you think, Jay?
What do you mean? Like,
I think when Edge of Tomorrow came out, like the sensibilities and the popularity of anime was different than it is like today, and
oh,
the ability to do adaptations that are more accurate, a lot of, especially when you're trying to do like for American audiences, as they say, like you kind of have to, oh, they won't buy that, like like doing something like My Hero Academia for American audiences, they would probably
Hmm.
change all weird back then, but the
Right.
reality is like it's popular here because American audiences like it,
Yeah.
so
Right.
it's
And
like,
they
just for
put roller
context.
derby into Battle Angel Alita.
well, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. But again, that was still like
Like,
a couple years ago. That's still like, I feel like the popularity of anime among American audience is gotten bigger, and since those, like
yeah,
because I
I
mean, Battle
don't.
Angel Alita was what, like 10 years ago, 8 years ago.
You talk about the movie? No, that
Yeah,
was
yeah, the live action.
2019.
Yeah, that's what, 7 years ago.
Damn. Is that was
Yeah,
how long it's been?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like
Damn.
the people that grew up that started enjoying anime and their sensibilities now could potentially be working as like PAs or even writers on like
Yeah.
shows and stuff.
And
So
just for context, Edge of Tomorrow was 2014.
yeah, that was 22 years ago.
No, that's not
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
don't
have to work.
think we're there yet.
Okay,
He said that was 22 years ago. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm a mathlete, Larry.
You right. You right. I'm sorry, friend. I apologize. Um, what do you think, Oz?
I
Like,
don't I don't think
would
the
it be
live
made different?
action would be more like this anime today. I think it might be a little bit more stylized,
Hmm.
but I still think we'd get the Tom Cruise version. Like maybe
But
the suits would be a little bit crazier or
Because I'm
something.
no,
But I
well,
think
I'm
you
using
still
like for me, I'm using kind of like the example that we've gotten from like your One Piece on Netflix. You know, like they're embracing the weirdness. Like they're not making it gritty to like avoid the weirdness,
Right.
like because it's what American. You know, they're giving us Americanized versions of the Japanese version, and albeit abbreviated. But like I feel like a lot of, especially in the last like 3-4 years, we've gotten a lot of stuff that's more closer to its source material or its influence, like
Well,
they're not afraid to shy from it.
you read the books though, like how?
I don't, I thought I did, but I didn't. It was a different one.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I honestly, I think, and I don't know this for a fact, but like based on what I've seen, I think that the Tom Cruise version is actually closer to like at least to the manga.
Yeah.
I know that there's like a light novel that's before the manga, and I don't know if the light novel is different from the manga or if it's just like the manga is just an expansion of that idea. But like this movie might be like the outlier. Like this movie might be like them saying, "Oh, okay, let's make a movie about that, but let's put our own twist on it." So like it's almost like the Americanization of or not or the it's almost like
Let's make it
what
how
America
Americans would
usually
make
does.
it.
What
Yeah.
America usually does to this stuff, to
Yeah.
source material, is what this anime may have done to the source material. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know though, because I haven't read it. But like
Yeah.
when I look at pictures, I'm like just for instance, like the main character of the manga is a dude. Like like Keiji is the main character of the manga, it looks like to me. And when I look at the covers, he's on it. Like the guy that it's a male centered thing. This is definitely like Rita is the main character of this movie, of this animated joint. And like I have no problem with that. I just was like, oh, feels like a completely different kind of story than what I saw on Edge of Tomorrow. And so I'm just like, I don't know if this is more like what the original is or less like it. Because like you could watch both of these movies and you very well might, like, if you might just be like, okay, like I could see somebody saying, like, if these characters are named different things, somebody thinking it's two different movies that aren't necessarily related, that just happen to have the time loop kind of aspect to
Yeah.
it. Because Lord knows, like, we've seen other stuff with time loops, like Oz mentioned earlier. So
1201, the masterpiece 1201.
So yeah. But anyway, what else? Anybody got anything else, or do we want to do some ratings?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let's do it. Oscore, what would you rate? All You Need Is Kill.
I'll probably go. I'll give it a 3.5. It's good visually. It's good. It's I don't know how it compares to the book. I know I prefer the Tom Cruise movie. Like if I had a choice between the two.
Yeah.
So 3.5. It's worth watching.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Jay, what would you rate All You Need Is Kill?
I would give it a 4. Despite it feeling a little samey at certain parts, it's really well done and interesting.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3.5 as well. I kind of like, and don't get me wrong, like 3.5 is only because I feel like from a narrative perspective, it makes some weird choices that I don't quite understand, and that could be actually something on my own part. I don't think it is, but it could be. And so I'll give it a rewatch at some point. But 3.5 is what I walked away with, even though I did enjoy it. Like I definitely think it is worth watching as well. So, and Moses Magnum, what would you rate the review, my friend?
The review is like a 4.5.
Woo!
Like aside from if you guys would tell me the ending, it'd be a 5 because it's like okay, yeah. Like I feel like with showing even like the little video vignette like of the
Yeah.
trailer, like I got to see what it looked like. I
Yeah.
more or less know the concept of the story already because of Edge of Tomorrow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
so yeah. If you guys would have told me the ending, it would have been a 5. It's like, dude, like
There it is.
these guys
Right.
literally like gave me the experience of the movie.
I don't know if I could tell you the ending. Like I'm still confused I'm a little confused about it.
Look again now you're making me want to watch it. So that's even like 4.75.
Right. I mean, is it just me, Lawrence?
No, it's absolutely not just you. Like I like trust
Yeah,
me.
see?
And I didn't again, I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody because I was just like
So now
okay, like I know what's happening. I don't
now
know
I'm even
why everything is
like,
happening
that's
though.
a
I'm just like
that's a Lovecraftian motif there that you
Yeah.
so
Oh
now
no,
I'm like,
trust me. The joint, like trust me, Mo.
yeah.
This thing is like it's definitely like it feels like Lovecraft, like this because it's like it feels like it's one monster with many parts.
Yeah, like Mind Flayer type shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on some other stuff, man. So trust me, like you'll dig it. You'll dig it. Like
Yeah.
wait for it to come to streaming or something.
Because that's what I was missing on with Edge of Tomorrow, where it's like Edge of Tomorrow is kind of like, oh, it's like Pacific Rim, but with this other aspect to it,
And don't get me wrong, like I feel like how Oz feels in the sense that between the two, I definitely enjoyed Edge of Tomorrow more.
Mhm.
But this is a different kind of story. And if they made some slightly different choices, I could totally see myself liking this movie more. But at the end of the day, I was kind of like left scratching my head a little bit.
Does it make you want to read the
places.
source material? Like
It does.
Yeah.
It does because
Well, that's
I'm
a
like,
good thing.
I literally need to know which one is more accurate. Like I'm kicking myself because like if I went to go see this movie, like I promise you, like if I went to go see this movie on like say Friday,
Yeah.
I would have read all of it by today.
Yeah.
You know, because I would have just been like, I need to know, and and everybody like people love that manga.
Yeah.
Like they say it's really good, so I'm sure I would have like been totally into it. I just didn't have the time. I didn't get to see the movie until like late or I guess early in this week, and then the show came, and so I'm like, man, like I'm sitting here scratching my head, like I feel bad for I feel like I failed the audience by not knowing.
But you're used to that.
Well, listen. Hey. I'm 1 of 4. How about that? Okay. So,
you're the strongest of the 4.
Before you dogpile on me, you know. But for real, I was just like, dang, like I want to be able to tell them, but I don't know, and that's why that's why I'm putting it out here because, like, here's the thing: I know somebody in our audience does know. Like, there's somebody that listens to Fantastic Forum that has read All You Need Is Kill.
He's busy tonight, Xenocore. Like I'm sure, like if you message him, like he's like, oh yeah,
exactly.
He's like, oh, I'm mad I missed the show this week.
I'm just kind of scrolling through the books because it's in Japanese.
Right.
They're soldiers.
Yeah, it's manga. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
it looks a lot more like
it looks like a war. That's what I'm saying. Like
the suits look more badass than like the Tom Cruise ones look like what I expect them to look like. This man,
the American
soldiers are Iron Man.
See, and that's the whole thing where when I was watching this joint, and I'm like, oh, they're out here like cutting up a tree, and I'm like,
they went from soldiers to gardeners,
and I'm just like, is this what like the anime? I mean, the manga's like? I'm like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, did we like mess around and was like, oh, like Americans like, nah, we're not gonna cut up no tree. We're gonna fight. You know, we're gonna go to. This is an alien invasion. And don't get me wrong, like there's definitely like an alien invasion aspect to this like movie, but it's very different in the sense that
it's more like pluribus than like
look, definitely along those lines, I agree. And also, but more so, it's just like one of these things where they're like, this thing is here on Earth now, and we don't know what it is because it's almost like a monument, you know what I'm saying, or like a monument's not the right word. It's more um like a wonder. You know what I mean? It's like a wonder, and it's an extraterrestrial wonder that's here on Earth now. And so everybody's trying to study it, and they have people here that are like, they're part of the cause of trying to like figure out what this is. And that was the interesting part of the whole thing to me, where I was like, yeah, like the dynamic of just these people that go and like cut this thing up and like piecemeal it so that people can study it. Like that by itself is interesting because you have some people that are there, they're like, I feel like I'm helping humanity. And there are other people there, they're like, I'm just doing a job, And that dynamic by itself, like I could literally watch a TV show about that, because that's interesting. Like the difference between the people who feel like, hey, I'm helping all of Earth right now versus the guy that's like, listen, as long as my check clears, I'm good. If my check doesn't clear, I'll leave tomorrow. And those people having the same job and what that dynamic can be like, that's all cool to me. Like that's interesting. And we don't explore that as much in this, but that's okay. It's a movie, right? You don't have the time to do that. So, But anyway. Listen, before Jay, I know you gotta dip out in a moment. Before you do that though, do you want to tell us any thoughts, any major thoughts you want to leave us with, whether it's about Starfleet Academy or whether it's about Galactic, either or.
Yeah, Starfleet Academy. It's well done. I just don't know that I need the asshole with the heart of gold in my Star Trek. Um,
Is that the British guy that's like fish, half British?
what?
The guy, like the guy that can go into the
Oh,
cold.
the guy that walks into space.
Yeah, he's half
Oh,
British, he's half British, half fish, half asshole, all asshole. Yeah.
no, I'm talking about the other guy, the
Okay.
thief.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
Um,
get it. I can see that. Yeah. But that's the thing, because that's the thing. Like the two assholes like puckered at each other in the first episode like that. It's like, who is the asshole in this series? Like I thought to myself.
Okay,
Like
wait.
Emily even
Listen,
thought, like
wait,
Emily
Mo,
was like,
Mo,
that
Mo,
guy's.
Mo, Mo,
We
Mo,
didn't. I
Mo,
forgot the
Mo,
race of him.
Mo,
And hold on,
Mo,
Emily's like, he's an
Mo,
Asholian. Like,
Mo. Joe has
yeah,
to leave.
he
Let
doesn't
Joe.
have to. He
He
wants
he
no, I
to.
does
do.
have to.
No, he
So
doesn't.
let Joe talk, and then you're gonna be here. You can keep talking. I
Yeah, but I
promise
can't
you. I'm
talk
gonna
to
get.
Joe about it. This is the only time I get to talk to Joe about it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're gonna talk to Joe until he has to dip out, and then he's not gonna say nothing back.
And
That's usually part from the
Galactic
course.
was
Okay.
fine.
Galactic was fine, and that's it.
Yeah,
Did
it
you
was just
see?
fine.
Did you see any like crossover in the art between Galactic and All You Need Is Kill? Like,
Um,
it seems a little
nah,
similar. Yeah.
it's. I
Yeah,
mean,
me neither.
the
Listen,
art is
Galactic.
weird because everyone looks like an alien.
Listen, you're not wrong on that, but it does look. I think Mo's right. It does feel French too. It does feel like French comics.
Yeah. But that's exactly, yeah. Well, I can't, Joe, leave. I'm not gonna tell you, but yeah, you'll have to.
Yeah, I
No,
gotta
you
go.
can tell him, Mo. I'm sorry.
No, you'll have to text me if you really want to hear about it. But
Okay.
All right, peace out, everybody.
All right. Love you, Jay. Listen, I'm sorry, Mo. I wasn't trying to but no, he really did have to go.
yeah, me too.
Oh, are you muted?
No, I just talked away from the
Mo,
mic
we
because I
can't
was.
hear you. Or
You can,
wait, did
I can
something
hear him.
Oh, that's
yeah,
me. I'm sorry.
you dummy.
Hold on. Son of a bitch.
Since we're talking about like French comics and French art style, it's Dumas. Now he's just quiet. He gave me a silent
No,
treatment.
I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Yeah, I
Listen,
know it's your fault. It's always your fault.
I was like, Mo, are you muted? Mo, what's wrong with you? I'm
I'm
like,
over here
and after
giving
you guys
gold
are
and you're
like,
interrupting. Yeah,
say what?
I'm giving you gold and you're interrupting. Oh, I can't hear
I'm,
you. Yeah,
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
like the
I
worst heckler
apologize.
ever.
You can't be mad because it's like I got a disability.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
It's like I make fun of the fat guy, but not the retard.
See, we're canceled already.
Yeah.
I blame.
Well, you're
Oz.
the retard, so it's okay.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. That made me laugh. I don't know. Like something about it being me made it funnier.
Well, yeah, retards are happy all the time.
I listen. I am pretty happy most days. It's true. I don't know if that's if that's as much a universal truth as you make it seem in regards to those that are
It's a stereotype,
developmentally
not a
delayed.
universal truth. In America, we
Okay.
call these stereotypes, and they're okay now.
Oh, got you. Okay, got you. Anyway, okay. So, gents, what would you like to talk about next? You want to talk about Galactic first, or you want to talk about Starfleet Academy?
I can do Starfleet Academy.
Does he have to
since
leave too? Like, is
already-
that what?
Well, yeah, in half an hour.
Yeah, so let's do Starfleet
Okay,
Academy.
Starfleet
yeah.
Academy.
Shit.
Oz.
I know we're all working part time and shit, you know.
I know. Wait, Moses, come on, man. Listen.
I mean, yeah, I was 10 minutes late, but you know. But I'm technically 4 because we always start about 6 minutes late. So.
Oh, that is too funny, man. That is too funny. Okay, Oz. Why don't you talk to us about what is Starfleet Academy?
Starfleet Academy is the latest Alex Kirkman dump that he took in the Star Trek universe. And I mean, it's an interesting concept. Like it's a special ed school for morbidly obese, retarded people in the future. Like I look. Normally, I try to say on the spectrum or so. I feel like if I did that, I would be insulting people who actually have that disability. I mean, episode 1, like, there's one student, big fat girl, like swallowed her comm badge, and it's not like the doctor was like, "What the hell? How did this happen? Oh my god!" It's like, "Oh, already? Okay." Like, so, like, this is something that just happens in this school. She swallowed her comm badge. That's either a stupid joke that doesn't hit, or this character is just retarded, or they made comm badges made out of candy in the future. Like, why would she swallow her comm badge? And it's not like it's a little tiny like pin. Like these fucking, like, you gotta.
They have jagged edges in this season, like in this part of the future.
I mean,
why do you keep focusing on me?
Oh, look, you need it, Oz. You need it. That's why. No, don't worry, I got you. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead and play this while we're talking, so people can see what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like the lady they put in charge. Like,
why not?
She's like a 5-year-old. Like she's the arts and craft teacher in the special ed class.
Now, what makes you say that?
Just the way she keeps sitting in the chair. Like, there's no professionalism. She can't even run a comb through her damn hair when she's like finally back in her uniform.
Why can't her hair be how it is naturally?
Because they make a point about regulation haircuts.
But she's the captain, or not the captain. She's the headmaster.
She still has to follow regulations.
Well, she was a captain at first.
She was given her commission back, so she's a captain again.
Yeah.
That's why she's in charge of the ship. Did you watch the episode, Lawrence?
I watched it 100%. I watched 2 episodes.
Like, they make a point about the cutting the main guy's hair to a regulation. Right. It's uniform regulation, and she's not following that herself. She's the leader. She's supposed to set the example.
I mean, okay.
Like you never catch Janeway with fucking bedhead.
I mean,
the doctor.
I mean, Janeway, like, sure, she doesn't have bedhead, but she's a terrible, like, leader.
Not if you watch Prodigy.
Listen,
I mean,
listen,
hold
listen.
on. No, I'm
You
not
can
talking.
watch. You can watch.
I'm
You
not
can watch
talking about
anything.
leadership style. I'm
You
talking
can.
about setting an example.
No, listen. I mean, you're talking about like aesthetics versus
It's
like
not even
Regulations,
aesthetic.
actual.
yeah.
Don't give a kid shit about not following uniform regulations if you don't do it yourself.
I mean, okay. Like, I guess here's the thing. The difference in my mind is you're talking about Starfleet as if it was the military, and it kind of is, but it kind of isn't.
It's a navy. It's a space navy.
I mean, yes and no, though, right?
No, it is. It's a space navy.
But it's not a navy. It's not American Navy. It's not like the American military.
No, no.
It-
I'm with you. Like,
It has higher ideals than that.
she's not technically human. She's a humanoid. You don't know if
I'm
you
not-
cut that
I'm not
hair,
talking
like it
about
could
human.
hurt her. You know, so
I'm not talking about human or human. No, I'm talking
She
about.
don't even have to cut it. Just fucking
I'm
comb
talking
it
about.
or,
I'm
or
talking
tie
about
it back.
I'm talking
There's
about
there's-
Starfleet as a concept. Like Starfleet as a concept isn't like you have to follow every rule.
Yes,
or
it
else.
is.
it technically
really
is.
Yes,
That's
it is. We've seen Starfleet Academy has always been like the West Point for Starfleet.
and that's what makes like people like fucking like Kirk, James Tiberius Kirk, so great because he breaks and bends the rules. And then
That's the
This is
whole
kind-
point I'm making.
that's what I like about this character, where she's like closer to Kirk than I've ever seen in anybody else. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kirk was breaking the rules of the institution.
right,
She is the institution.
right, and she broke the rules, and she decided to leave, and they still wanted her back. That's how good she was at breaking the rules.
Like she sits on that. She sits on the command chair like a fucking child.
No, but that's my whole thing is this is like literally you having a conversation about aesthetics versus integrity. Like
Yeah.
she commands like how you would hope Starfleet would command.
Like
No,
she
I don't-
left,
I
became
disagree.
a
But-
hippie, and then became a hippie captain. You know,
Right. And so you're what you're saying to her, what you're saying is I wish she would have both feet on the ground when she was sitting in her command chair. And you
she was
respect
fucking
that more.
barefoot.
You
I'm
respect
saying I
that-
wish she
you-
was professional.
No, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is
But that show would be
what
boring.
you're missing is
That's been
Come
every
on,
Star Trek up until Kurtzman took over.
listen to what I'm saying to you. Everything that you would hope Starfleet would represent, she represents
No,
from
she doesn't.
a principal perspective.
From an idea,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
the only problem you have is her hair's not combed and she doesn't have both feet on the ground when she sits in the chair.
Those are indicators that she's not a professional. Starfleet
It
is a
doesn't-
professional
but-
organization.
But what I'm hearing you say is I'd rather have somebody that doesn't respect the principles of Starfleet but has both feet on the
Why
ground.
can't I have both?
And has a regulation.
Why can't
You
I
could
have
have
both?
both?
Here's the question I ask you: Where did
You could have both.
Where did Starfleet's fucking professionalism and shit lead them?
What do you mean?
Where we're at now?
No, it didn't. That's not what did it.
Yeah,
The
no,
burn, the burn, which was another stupid
Right.
thing, Kurtzman thing.
yeah.
That incident is what broke apart the
but it's,
Federation.
but
The
that's
Federation
part
is
of it.
where
No,
it was because it broke apart.
but that's
because
part of it.
planets
But people
left.
were losing faith in the Federation already leading up to the burn.
That's not what happened.
No,
Well,
you got to watch
I
Prodigy for that because they got child
Oh.
slavery and shit, and and other planets that are like not Federation.
Oh.
And when they deal with those kids, like, oh yeah, we were child slaves, and Starfleet let it happen. You know, like
Damn.
so. Like I
Does-
feel like
does-
this is a spiritual sequel to Prodigy. Like the little kids that watch Prodigy are now tweens watching this. You know,
I mean, listen. Look,
I know that's me. Like watching it, I'm like, oh, this is like right up my alley from finishing
is.
Prodigy. You know,
This
Moses-
is
Moses
perfect
is
Star
the
Trek for
queen
people
that's
that don't
watching-
watch or like Star Trek.
that's not true.
Say
I
what?
watch and love all of it.
I
Like,
doubt it.
I've done it.
I mean, but here's the thing, Oz. Like, and I get where you're coming from because don't get me wrong. Like, I've watched enough Star Trek to recognize the difference between, say, for instance, I mean, look, we'll just talk about there's a difference between the new, like the more recent Star Trek movies and classic Star Trek. And I'm not talking about like terrible movies. Like I'm not talking about what's the name of the third Star Trek? Beyond, what is it? Beyond what? The third modern Star Trek movie.
It's
Beyond.
called Beyond.
Oh, is it just Star Trek Beyond? Is that what it's called?
So, yeah.
I think it's Into the Darkness, isn't it?
No, that was the second one with the
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk about shit, that's the shitty Klingons. Like, yeah,
that's Kurtzman.
Yeah, I know.
No, this is the point I'm making.
Like, we don't have midget Klingons here, you know.
Oh so, no, we have oh my god,
wait. No,
we have a Klingon that makes the oath that he will not harm.
No, look, we've seen Klingon doctors before. They go to battle with death. Death is the enemy, and enemy will always win. But tonight, I've won the battle. That's right. This dude's like, I watch birds. Like, you could have a Klingon doing stuff like that. Look, there are scenes of Worf drinking tea with his fucking pinky in the air, and he's still a badass. This dude, like, when the bully's
he's learning.
When the bully's messing with him, and the girl's like, you really want to mess with the Klingon? I'd be like, this one, yes. Yeah, I will fuck up this Klingon. This is not a Klingon. Tell me he's half something, because he is not. He's a bitch.
No, the baddest half in there is Paul Giamatti.
Motherfucking Paul Giamatti has tic-tac-toe shaved on the side of his head.
That's hilarious. I'm not sure that he's the baddest. The baddest half has to be Home Chick, right?
She should not exist.
She doesn't do anything. Yeah.
What do you mean? Wait. She should not.
The Jem'Hadar are a created species for battle. They don't have reproductive organs, and they're all male. They fucking from birth to ready for battle is like 3 days. But she's talking about all of the lineage, my Jem'Hadar lineage. Bitch, your Jem'Hadar lineage does not exist. You're a test. You should be a test tube. Ain't no Jem'Hadar, no fucking no Klingon woman. Exactly. You ain't got reproductive organs. How you fucking like? They don't have time for love. They're created specifically for war. For the changelings, and you can't tell me the changelings like died off because they're damn near immortal. Like that. That's all they're for.
I'm just saying. Like you're talking like this version of the Star Trek universe isn't very unique in the sense that the burn has made all these species act different. That's why you have a Dr. Klingon that's like trying to do no harm, and a Jem'Hadar Klingon hybrid, and all these other you got friggin' beta.
Oh, are you saying the burn gave all the Jem'Hadar dicks and love?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there might be a scenario where
you don't need love, you just need dicks.
A Jem'Hadar might have
That's the title of this episode.
might have been stranded with a Klingon, and somehow like
he acts like he never saw that movie Enemy Mine.
Look, what I know is
two dudes fucked and bred on an alien planet.
If this show goes more than one season, we'll get the story on why that happened and how it happened, and it's going to be like something that, because they know everybody wants to know, like Jem'Hadar Klingon hybrid, like that's not that.
They don't know. I guarantee they don't know. I guarantee they don't know.
Why would they pick Jem'Hadar?
Because they're idiots. Because the people writing this show are idiots. Episode 2, they talk about the beta Zeds, the betazoids. There's a betazoid chick, 100% betazoid, because now they're like they're xenophobic.
They're isolationists. Yeah.
Homegirl has a thing. This is blocking my empathic abilities. Betazoids are full telepaths. They're not empaths. You know who's an empath? Homegirl from Next Generation, because she was only half. And by the way, those fucking beta Zeds don't even have the black eyes. So I'm telling you, they saw the characters of Next Generation. They saw the characters on Next Generation. Oh, she's betazoid. She's empathic. They must all be empathic.
But dude, you're saying it like everything, like your Next Generation and this reality aren't the same reality.
They're supposed to be.
Why are they supposed to be? Based on what?
Based on what Kurtzman said.
What did he
No,
say?
but everything they shown you has been like it's like a divergent thing, right? After like Strange New Worlds or some shit.
Oh
Not Stranger New Worlds. After friggin'
no,
Discovery, right?
because they try to make the movies canon, and that's how you get the Picard show, and then you get this
Wait. Which movie's canon?
the Kurtzman movies, the shitty ones. Well, they're not terrible.
This,
The
look,
last one was.
see, and this is the point I was trying to make before, where I'm like, I understand that classic Star Trek and the Kurtzman stuff aren't the same; they're different.
But they're
But
supposed to be,
why does Picard? How does Picard make those movies canon?
because they discuss the incidents that were touched on in the movies, like the Romulan homeworld blowing up. That's a whole like point of the Picard show, was because he couldn't save people. Like that's all in there. So it's all part of the same thing.
Because that's the whole concept.
The Romulan homeworld exploding is a movie thing.
No,
That was also in the Picard TV show.
But the Romulan homeworld exploding, while that happens that happens, but that's like the divergent point, right?
I mean, they talked about it in Picard.
No, but I guess what I'm saying to you is,
Well,
like,
you said how do they relate? I mean, if
no,
it
but what
happened
I'm
in the
saying to
movie,
you
then
is, it's like the Kurtzman universe exists because that did happen, and that's the divergent point. Like that's why you have original series Spock in that joint,
Yeah.
because that did happen, and that's original series Spock in that universe,
That J.J. Abrams movie. Yeah.
right? Or
he was also in Next
off base?
Generation. He was in all the TV shows.
No, but what I'm saying to you is the Spock that's in Next Generation and the Spock that's in the J.J. Abrams movies aren't the same Spock necessarily.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say. Kurtzman is still an idiot.
I mean, listen,
Like the
you
whole
can,
con-
you
I
can not
think I
like
talked about
it,
this. I
but
think I
you
talked
can't be
about
like,
this.
oh, it's the same guy.
I think I talked about this during Discovery. Even if that's true, even let's say two different timelines, the burn is still stupid.
I mean, oh, look, Oz, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not mad at you for not liking it. You could be like, hey, I'm not
sounds
a
like
fan
you
of
are.
that concept, but you can't, like, what you're doing is you're holding it up to the lens of like original
Well,
series.
the concept
Next
ignores
Generations.
the stuff that came before. Even
But
if you divert the
it doesn't
timelines
ignore
there,
it. It
yes,
doesn't
it does.
ignore it.
It
It
does.
doesn't. It literally,
Romulan ships don't use dilithium. How the fuck did they not survive?
the existence of Spock in and of himself in those movies shows that they're not ignoring it all. They're diverging from it. That's different, right? It's like two
Right, but
things
that's
can
still
exist
the concept of
in
the burn
parallel.
still doesn't make sense.
Okay, and listen, it sounds to me like you don't like it, and that's okay. You're entitled to not like it. You could be like, this doesn't feel like Star Trek to me, and I would never argue with you
He's
on
still
that
gonna watch
because
every episode.
I'm not. Fuck that.
listen, I don't believe Oz will watch every episode. I'm just happy he watched what we asked him to watch.
I couldn't finish the second. I didn't even want to watch the first two.
So you watch those and then the third?
No,
I
didn't even get through the second one. I saw
one and a half.
I saw the death Betazoid, and I was like, all right, that's it. Like,
What? Why
is he using? First of all, we can fix all that shit now. Like they could fix all that shit during Next Generation. You tell me 1,000 years later,
No, they could fix it in the original series with that wand. Like,
dude, it's a different timeline.
the technology is supposed to be better though. It's 1,000 years.
That's
It's 1,000. You tell me they just all right? Fuck it, yeah.
There's all types of things that.
Hey, Geordi LaForge is still in this timeline, and they fixed his eyes in the Picard show.
Okay, sure. All right, man. Look,
I mean, forget the fact that they can't fix it. Fine, whatever.
It sounds to me like you just don't like
fix it. He's a fucking telepath. Why can't he just do it telepathically. Like he's talking to
because
his
they
family
need it for the
in sign
record.
language. His family's signing to him. He could
It's like
just telepath it.
no, listen. The man is talking in public. It's like the same way how you're like, like you're like, okay, if I'm going to speak around people that don't understand my language, I'm going to mess around and have somebody be able to say, okay, here's what I'm saying. Like I'm going to
So
speak in my own
we
language.
don't. Universal communicators are gone too. Is that what you're telling me?
Have you? I haven't seen any universal communicators. Have you?
In Star Trek, yes.
I'm talking about in this timeline.
In Star Trek, they had them before the divergence you speak of. Like they had them in the Enterprise era was when they were developed.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying to you in this timeline is like, dude, I haven't seen a universal. Like people are having friggin' look. You're talking to me like we didn't have.
I'm talking to you like I thought you knew Star Trek.
No, listen. I'm about to drop it on you. You're talking to me like there wasn't an entire Next Generation episode about Picard and another captain not being able to speak to each other. That's considered one of the classic Star Trek episodes, like Next Generation. Friggin' Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra.
Why were they not able to speak to each other?
They were on the planet.
No. The universal translators were working. He understood the words. He didn't understand the syntax. He didn't understand that they were talking in what do you call it?
Metaphors and similes.
Yeah, it was all metaphors. They didn't understand that because they didn't have the
context,
the context of who Darmok, who Jalad is, and why they're at Tanagra. But they understood the words.
So you're saying,
and this dude is a Betazoid. They know the Betazoid language because they've known him for 1,000 years.
So what you're saying to me is the universal translator should be able to translate thoughts.
They understood the words. They didn't understand.
This is the argument you're making. The universal translator should be able to understand thoughts. Yes. Does that make sense to you or no?
I don't know why you would say that.
All I know is this is like one of my favorite Star Trek discussions of all time. Like
he's using sign language because he doesn't speak, and he's trying to speak to an audience.
Right, and his sign language is creating.
Think
his sign language is creating words.
His thoughts can't be translated by a universal translator because they're not words; they're thoughts.
So he could give it to the other telepath. Look, sign language is words visualized through your hands. So he's speaking words. He's just using his hands as the method of communication.
Translator can know sign language too.
Should. I mean, look.
Listen. For all we know, he was using sign language and the words were being spoken. That might have been the universal translator.
No, that was something behind him.
Well, like a person.
Wasn't it the little thing that he had on his collar? Little Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, so it was a universal translator.
That's what I thought.
Like I said, Oz is just hating because that's what Oz like to do is hate. You don't like these. You don't like the Star Trek. That's okay. You cannot like it.
Stop calling it the Star Trek. How about that?
You cannot like it. Just don't mess around and make it seem like it's not trying to be Star Trek. It's trying its best.
It's not. Well, its best is retarded.
Listen. Look. If you don't like it, you can just be like, I don't like it.
Like my brother trying to use a cell phone. It's just
it would be me like it would be like me being like friggin' Michael Bay movies aren't Transformers.
They're not.
Like
that was you. That was you. I had to deal with that for years.
I've never said it wasn't.
We would torture you by calling
I'm saying it's not the Transformers I like. It's not the Transformers I like. I like G1 stuff. Like that's look, and guess what? Michael Bay's Transformers eventually kind of got more in line with G1 a little bit. Not a lot of it, a little bit.
I mean, yeah, they beat you down enough, then yeah, you start liking it.
No. I didn't start liking it. I'm like, what I wanted was G1 Transformers, and they tried to become closer to G1 Transformers. Now they don't get there, but they try harder. And I recognize their effort, not enough to be like, I'm gonna go watch the movie, but I'm like, I see what you're trying to do, and it's a little too late. Too little, too late. And it's like, okay, look, I just don't like it. I'm not gonna be like, it's not Transformers, because for some people, that Optimus Prime that has hand swords and chops people up on a whim for nothing is Optimus Prime to them. Hey, that's fine. Look, It's Michael Cullen. How can I be like, it's not Optimus Prime? I'm like, that's Optimus Prime for you, and that's fine. I'm not gonna be like, it's not Transformers. I'm just saying, look, I prefer G1. If you prefer original series or Next Generation, then that's fine. Just be like, that's what I prefer. And who can be mad at you for that? But you know, to
He's
mess
so
around and be
mad
like,
at me.
Discovery's not Star Trek. It's like,
He liked
okay,
Discovery.
guy. Dude, I like it. He doesn't like it.
No, he likes it.
No, I don't like it.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
he
like
did.
it.
Um,
Listen,
He
yes,
literally
it was
there's
a
some
black,
part.
if
There's
he
some
a black
talked
part.
me
woman
into
captain, he's like, I'm
watching
out.
it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, if you like this, you're not gonna like this season." Like,
It's like up and down. To
Yeah,
be honest,
see,
the weird thing about Discovery is the main story I don't like, but then there's like side stuff. Like they get to the mirror universe and like, oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
that's the shit that made
But
me
you only
wanna
get like a
watch
little
it.
bit of it, and then they go back to the stupid
I
stuff.
mean,
and like,
you get like a whole season of it.
no, you get like less than
But
half.
it's not enough.
And then people liked it so much that season 2 they tried to go back to it, and now they made that stupid. Now I couldn't even enjoy the mirror universe in the other one.
That is what he told me, because he explained that first season. I'm like, oh man, that sounds awesome. He goes, no, wait, but this season, we're at Comic-Con, like at a Star Trek, a Star Trek bar.
Right.
Yeah, they stumbled into some good stuff, but I'd rather watch Voyager over Discovery.
Can't even give him credit for the stuff he likes. He's like, oh, they stumbled into it.
If I would rather watch Voyager,
He's
than
like, these happy
fucked up.
idiots.
You should watch Prodigy.
I should. No, actually, I do want to watch Prodigy.
It is really good. Like, there's like no human characters in it. Like,
that's not true, are they? There's no humans.
No,
they don't find
I didn't know
Chicote
that.
eventually.
Janeway and the Doctor are in it, but they're all they're holograms. Like,
the hologram Doctor?
So Janeway is like, actually no, I haven't gotten to the point where they get the Doctor. I know he's in it, but Janeway is the AI of the ship they find, and she teaches them about Starfleet, and they become a ragtag team. It's like Starjammers, but they're all kids, and they were all child slaves that escaped. And I think the character in Prodigy is in Starfleet Academy, the rock character. The fat rock character.
Really?
People,
yeah.
But that's like 1,000 years in the future, isn't it?
I mean, he's a rock. Like, they last
He might be long lived.
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk or anything, but like they showed him a couple times in Starfleet Academy. I don't know if it's the same character or just that race, but
how do you all feel about the holographic Doctor in Starfleet Academy?
I love it.
What do you think, Oz?
It bothered me that, and it's the writers. I can't even blame him. He's like, they try to do the same joke he did in Voyager, where he asked for a tricorder, they give him the wrong one. Medical tricorder, okay, haha, that was the joke. But then he uses a hypo spray, like he never used any fucking tricorder. Like they hand him something, and it's a fucking hypo spray, and then he's telling the girl, "Oh, I'm nobody's mentor." Man, who the fuck are you? It's a fucking teacher in Starfleet Academy. You tell me you're not a goddamn mentor.
But he's not a teacher, is he?
He is.
He's like a combo doctor.
He's a xenobiology teacher.
He's leading one of the extracurricular activities.
But he says he's not a mentor. That's the different thing, right? Like he's like,
yeah, I get you, Larry. I just don't get why he needs anything if he's a hologram. It should be in his brain. He don't need to carry a data pad or anything. Yeah.
Well, a hologram isn't like he doesn't have like all that stuff built in. It's literally hard light, right?
He could upload it though.
Yeah. He's a construct, so he like whatever you want that hard light to do, like it'll do.
That's what he would. That's because that's what he used to do. He would just upload new subroutines whenever he needed to do something.
Well, to know stuff, but not to like just like he couldn't be a tricorder, could he?
I mean, he should be able to in the 32nd century. Like he should be able to.
Why? Like there's the burn. Like that's the whole thing. Like the burn. It's like COVID.
Yeah. Like
all these kids don't know how to read. And don't get me wrong, kids couldn't necessarily read before COVID, but they really can't read now.
Well,
Well,
they
if
don't
this
even know
is-
how
it-
to do math. They keep yelling 6, 7 for everything.
Well, at the point of this show, the burn was like over 100 years ago too. So
Yeah.
like at some point,
Yeah,
it's
but
here.
they're reconstructing. Like that's
Yeah, it's like and
like
it's
we
like it's
technically
not like it's
still
a
haven't gotten over COVID.
it's not right. It's not even
Yeah.
it's not even a country. It's a galaxy. Like
Yeah.
100 years is nothing when everybody was like siloed off for so long, right?
They weren't that siloed off. They're still shit.
Oh my god,
There
oh,
was-
man. Okay, well listen.
Look, if I
We
had to
just-
fucking watch Discovery and learn all this bullshit, then you can't contradict that.
Contradict what? What am I contradicting?
That there were fucking ships still around.
I'm not saying there weren't ships. I'm saying they were siloed off.
Mhm.
The ships were few
Not
and far
completely.
between.
Mm,
Yeah, no,
not
I
really.
agree with you. Like, were there some ships that could still fly? Yes. Were most ships able to fly? No, right? We can agree
There's
on
a
that
lot.
or no?
There was a lot.
Oh,
It wasn't enough for the Federation to cover what they used to be able to, but they were still like they were still hanging on.
I love how you're like, just so you can be right, we're gonna minimize the size of the galaxy. The galaxy?
They knew what they were getting into.
I mean, when you can warp travel, the galaxy gets a lot smaller. People
There's
used to say
not
that
a lot
the
of
same thing you're saying about the galaxy. They used to say about Earth, and like now, look, fucking take a plane and go to the other side of the world in like 5-6 hours.
right, but what I'm saying is like if we had like a worldwide EMP,
We
then
might have
all
it
of
on
a sudden,
August 12th.
I don't know what that means,
All right,
but
I
we
gotta
can
get
talk about it
going.
another time.
This show sucks.
Rate it, Oz. What would you
And
rate it out of 5?
Zero. And I'm
Zero out
rating
of
and I'm
5.
rating you a -1 for trying to defend this garbage. Because you're the reason they keep making this bullshit.
Whoa, wait a minute. So you feel listen, look, let me ask you this question. How do you feel about friggin' I'm sorry, you said the name
Strange New
earlier.
Worlds.
Yeah, how do you feel about Strange New Worlds?
It's
You like that
better
show or
than
you don't like that show?
better than Discovery. I enjoy it. I think it's the captain though. I think Anson Mount is just so fucking charismatic. Like he
No,
makes it
but
good. But they do a lot of
Oz,
stupid stuff that I hate.
Gay.
so Oz, do you like
Singing,
the show or
dancing
don't you
as
like the show?
Klingons. Like I hate
Do-
that episode.
The question I'm asking you is, do you like the show or don't you like the show?
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
I think I'm like in the middle.
No.
Because if I liked it, I would have seen the last season already, and I haven't.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
Not the latest season.
Okay.
Like the
Okay.
whole thing.
And that's fair.
If
That's
I
fair.
loved it, I would have.
I listen, and I believe that. So okay, so you're like,
Fucking watch Deep Space Nine start to finish like 8 times now.
listen, Deep Space Nine is low key probably the best Star Trek show.
I think I would agree with that. It is the best.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like Deep Space Nine, like, and don't get me wrong, like I think like real Star Trek people know that. The ones that are like, like, I mean, there's some people that aren't like, they're not all like. Don't get me wrong, I get why you would be like, I kind of feel it should be maybe Next Generation, and I get why you would feel that way. But if you really like watch it, Deep Space Nine is the best Star Trek show. But okay,
For
I
me,
get
it's
it.
Starfleet Academy.
He's just trying to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Oz,
Gonna leave.
we love you, man. Thank you so much. Oh wait, real quick, Oz, do you want to like just give a rating to Galactic if you read that?
I didn't read it.
Okay, there it is. Have a good night.
I was
Oz.
too
We
angry
appreciate
about Starfleet Academy.
it. Listen. I'm just happy you watched the movie and that you watched Starfleet Academy. Thank you, friend.
All right.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. That's a great look.
I gave it a 0. I don't want any confusion about what the score
I'm
was.
talking
I know
about
what you meant. But I know what you meant. But I don't want any confusion. Some people might be visually impaired or like might be reading the transcript of this. I don't want any confusion about
too
what
funny.
I thought.
Okay. All right, man. Have a good one. We
All right.
appreciate you, Oz. Late. Listen. Moses Magnum. Oh no.
You got rid of me too.
No, I didn't try to. I think he took himself out right when I was trying to take him out. My bad. And then there were 2.
Yeah,
Moses Magnum, did you get to read Galactic?
Yeah. You
Are you sure?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do we want to rate Starfleet?
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. We're about to rate it right now. I just was
Okay.
double checking because
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I was just thinking like like I don't want to go to that if
Yeah.
because next if that's the
Okay.
case.
Yeah.
But if you did read it, then we'll talk about it next.
No. Yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely. And then
okay,
either way, you and I could talk about anything. Like,
of course we know this. We know this. But let's rate Starfleet Academy. But first of all, though, is there anything else you want to say about Starfleet Academy? Because I know we
I
sort of
didn't get to say too
monopolized the
much because
conversation. I
he
apologize.
was, and it was Oz's like strong opinion. But either way, like
Yeah.
that's what we want, strong opinions. I enjoyed it in the first episode. I really liked. Like 10 minutes in, you got Tatiana Maslany, Paul Giamatti, and Holly Hunter. It's like some of the best living actors right now
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
fucking Star Trek. Like, what the fuck do I want more? And
Yeah.
then that first episode was like it felt like very almost the like original series style. Like the
I
conflict
agree.
like was
I
very
agree.
the conflict was all plot, not action, even
Right.
though it did have some action scenes and give you the B plot that did have a little more of that, you know. Um,
Right.
by the second one, it became more of a young adult series. So it's like Star Trek young
Right.
adult, and that
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of that, but
Yeah.
it is an interesting take on it, and then especially with everything happening in the burn after the burn and stuff, something I wasn't privy on because I've been boycotting Paramount because of Stephen Colbert, how they did
Right.
him.
Mhm.
But somehow he on this, like he does a voice for. So it's like, do they hate him or not? Like what the fuck? Like
They like
instead they're
they
just
out here. Yeah,
sucking
they
the
doing the
FCC
most.
guy's balls or some shit. Which again, that's lack of integrity. I don't pay for that. So
Got you.
I'm proud to say I did bootleg this to
Okay.
watch it because I'm not giving them my fucking money. Um, but yeah, the second one was more that, and it's it gets a little bit of a pastiche or almost genre-y, despite being Star Trek. But this, I felt like this did it well. Like the character they got, his childhood and him being brought into this world is interesting.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
even Emily, like she said, she's like, she watches Star Trek with me, but she's like not as in, she doesn't get drawn in. With this one,
Mhm.
she felt drawn in, hearing it
Oh,
in the
really?
background. Yeah, so if that's what like Star Trek's gonna do to bring somebody in and get
Mhm.
curious about, I started talking about the burn and Discovery, like, there's characters from like Discovery in here, like
Mhm.
and things like that. So I'm like, yeah. So it's like I might have to give Paramount my money because Happy Wife. If she wants to see it, what am I gonna do? Like say, no, baby, we ain't doing this in this house,
Right. Right.
which I can
See,
do, but yeah.
it's really interesting because I definitely hear what you're saying and where you're coming from, and I agree with you 100% in the sense like it definitely starts like kind of classic Star Trek feeling,
Yeah.
and then it definitely goes into the young adult stuff. And honestly, I kind of feel like I'm not 100% on the lead. Like I don't know his name. I feel
Hmm.
bad. I guess I should look it up if I'm gonna talk bad about him. Or not bad, but
You mean in
like
terms of his performance or the character?
no, the performance.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Sandro Rasta.
yeah,
Caleb Murr is his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Or the character is Caleb.
Hmm.
But yes, yeah. Like the character is good. And like
Yeah,
the stuff that like I love the backstory. I love like the scenario that they put that character in.
yeah.
Him, I'm not 100% sold on, and I'm not
Okay.
saying that like he's terrible because he's not.
Hmm. No.
Like, but it's almost like, and this might actually go towards the point Oz is making a little bit, where it's like it's almost like somebody that thinks they know what Star Trek should be like that cast him and be like, I think he's the right guy, and you kind of be like, He's not quite what he's not quite the Star Trek character. He's like what
Yeah.
people think the Star Trek character is that don't watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
He feels like that to me. Like he's like just off a little bit, not a lot of it. Like not enough for
Yeah.
me to be like, I don't want to watch this show.
Yeah.
But and understand that's 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
This fool, like I mean, and because here's the thing, it's like you could cast somebody because you saw something in him um in a audition,
Mm-hmm.
and then he brings something else in the first episode, first 2 episodes, but then starts course correcting, and by the time you get to episode 4 or 5, you're like, oh, yeah, this guy's like he's hitting it in all cylinders. Like, I mean, look, I'll go to Agents of Shield. You remember how Agents of Shield was like, where I'm just like, as a pilot, I was like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
a little funky, but I think there's something here. And it's like,
Yeah.
by the time you get to like episode 4, it's like, okay, no, these fools are hitting on all cylinders now. Like this is
Yeah.
working now. It wasn't working quite the way it should have in the first episode,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a little bit iffy in episode 2. But by the time you get to like 3, you're like, okay, no, I think this is gonna work. By 4, I'm like, okay, no, they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
So
And
I could totally see that being the case for this show.
and that's the thing too with when you talk about like shows like Star Trek, these legacy shows, like
Mm-hmm.
they were given room to grow from like their
100%.
first, like they're like, okay, we're gonna do 2 seasons for sure, and even Seinfeld, like Seinfeld's first
Oh yeah.
season wasn't like successful, but they're like
Right.
they stayed with it. Like, no, there's something here. It just needs time. And something like I think some things get cut off a little too soon sometimes
Oh yeah.
because they don't. They're more concerned about the ratings and the actual quality of what they're doing. And I feel here with the streaming, I think what you're speaking to on this dude, like I think that
Mm-hmm.
you know that might be able, and then the way the show's written too, because it's also the redemption story of the captain now, the
Yeah.
headmaster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like if they just shift focus, like
Yeah.
you'll have
Exactly.
a different show with the same thing without having to like and even with the character, he could choose to focus on any one of these characters' journey.
Yeah. And
And
that's what I was gonna say.
yeah, and I
Oh,
think
continue.
that's
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, no, and I think that's kind of like a benefit of the streaming thing because you're getting the first season for sure, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
even the second. Uh, so we'll see where it goes. But I do like the character. I really like his
Yeah.
story. I really like, and especially from somebody that like I loved Star Trek Prodigy, and I love like
Right.
it's the dark side of Starfleet. Like it's like
Right.
you become an idealistic society, but it's always fascism to somebody else,
Right.
and it's these
Right.
kids, like that's why there's no humans in Prodigy, because it's like it's all these like places that got colonized as part of the Federation, and the worlds got destroyed, so it's an amalgam world of like
Damn.
different races, and all the kids become like mining like prisoners, and
I
they
need to
break
watch
out.
that joint. Like
It's
I've only
so
seen like
it's
I've only
so
seen the first
heavy
like
for little
1 or 2
kids.
episodes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so heavy for little kids. Like the concept, like literally, like it's a prison break, and kidnapping a princess in like the first 2 episodes,
I
and then you
love it.
realize like there's a dude that's literally been beating the fuck out of me since I was like 2, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
13 now.
Damn.
With like a lava fucking whip, like
Lava whip.
shit like that, and they're like in the
Yeah.
lava planet, and then even
Yeah.
like a sentient robot is like, fuck, I gotta live this life, like
Right.
that he's
Right.
a slave. He's like, I gained consciousness for this, like
Right.
so, and yeah, and then they end up finding the Deep Space Nine ship, or one of those ships, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, and yeah, Janeway is the onboard computer AI on it, and she's a
Right.
holographic construct. But yeah, this feels like a successor to that in a sense, like I really wish they would have done like I don't know where it takes place in the timeline, but
Mm-hmm.
like it'd be cool if it was like a sequel, like a live action sequel to that. And I feel like
Right.
the themes that they're creating, this Kurtzman dude is doing, kind of
Mm-hmm.
connect a little bit. Like it's almost like
Right.
the Filoni in Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars, uh and I feel like this is the closest one that we get to, like, especially that first episode, to like having that kind of feel of, okay, it's not Star Wars, but it feels like Star Wars, like the way like Andor did it, or
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. Or what's the other one? Even like the one with the twins. I forget the one with the twin girls, like Force
The
user.
Oh, you talk about the acolyte.
The Acolyte, like where it's like they're Star Wars enough, but they're like these completely different stories that fit into the normal. And I feel like that first episode of this Starfleet was kind of like that.
Right. Now, understand that, as much as I talk trash, I guess, about Caleb as the main
Hmm.
character, I don't think he's like terrible. And also, I feel like the rest of the cast is actually super solid.
Yeah.
Like he has a really solid cast around him, which
Hmm.
kind of goes to show like or is in line with the point you were making where like yeah, you could totally like start just like refocus on the captain, you know what I'm saying, if you wanted to do that as
The
like Holly Hunter's
holocron
character.
girl or whatever,
but
like.
but right, but you're right, like home chick Sam, I think is her name, is
Yeah.
the holographic, right,
Yeah.
like solid character. I personally like thought the Klingon was a great character too.
I loved them too.
Yeah, and
Like
and
the
then
ability
like
for
you
one
said,
to
your
show
boy that you're.
restraint like that is like
Mm-hmm.
is testament of why he's here in this new Starfleet. Like Oz
Mm-hmm.
sees it as like shit, but for me it's like no, like the thing
Yeah.
is like this is decade, like the Klingons you saw in fucking original series or fucking Undiscovered Country are different than the
Mm-hmm.
ones you're seeing here because it's so far in the
Right.
future. Not to mention the divergent timeline. But it's
Right.
like just the evolution of these planets, just by virtue of being part of the Federation, like they change. Like
Yeah.
some people
Right.
get softer, and some
Yeah.
don't. And Worf was a proof of that. Like where
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the few that could be part of of the Federation or
Right.
Starfleet.
Right.
At that time, and now
At
this
that
time is
time.
different. Now it's a little more common. Shit, we have
Right.
hybrids now. Like in that time,
Exactly.
they would have never bred with anybody else.
And
Like
as I'm saying, like that character is super interesting to me.
yeah,
Whereas like there's a story there that we haven't gotten yet that we're
yeah,
gonna get, which I like, and I'm assuming. I mean, I honestly believe that that story will get told to us in season one because I
yeah,
think that no people are gonna be like, "What the hell?"
yeah,
But if it doesn't happen in season one, it'll definitely happen in season two. So I'm just like, dude, like I don't know, but I get it. It's not for everybody, and that's okay.
yeah.
That's okay. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I wouldn't mind something that feels a bit more in the vein of classic Star Trek, which honestly I feel like Picard in some ways was that, like
Mhm.
it's almost like the go between,
Yeah.
right? Like it's like I mean, because it's literally like the next gener or parts of the next generation cast with some of the um um sensibilities of like this new Star Trek. But like obviously Patrick Stewart is gonna have some thoughts on how things should go when you're doing Star Trek, right? Jonathan Frakes isn't gonna just stand by and just be like, okay, I'm gonna just say whatever you hand me, right? He's
Right.
like Jonathan Frakes has directed a lot of Star Trek. So he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, I think it should be more like this. And that's how you get what we got with Picard, which I think is good Star Trek, but I don't know. And maybe not everybody feels that way, and that's okay. So,
Oz is listening and he says, Worf had a baby mama that was half human. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's virtue of time passing. Like there was in the original series, they didn't breed with other people. In fucking Next Generation, they do. Now yes, but it also the Orville is more. I agree with that. Like my brother hates Star Trek, but he loves the Orville, and I'm like, dude, like like literally, like that what was it, episode 4, like the trial of like the two dudes that fucked each other and bred. Like it is like that. The conflict in that episode is literally just philosophical of whether these two dudes should breed, and
right, right,
and that. to me is like that's a quintessential like Star Trek episode, like the original
Mhm.
series, and it has its moments and everything. But yeah, I get it. Like yeah, like now you're talking, apples and oranges now because a different
Yeah.
show. But guess what? That show didn't stand the test of time. Like,
Which one? The Orville?
yeah. I mean, it got canceled, right? Like,
It got canceled, but look, so did the original series, right?
right,
Like
but what we gotta wait.
The
We gotta
Orville
wait
might have had more
25 years.
seasons.
We gotta wait for like the next generation of Orville for 25 years. Man, fuck that shit.
I'm just saying the Orville
Yeah,
may have had more seasons than the original Star Trek.
maybe no. Well, less episodes. I think each season was like 12
Oh,
episodes. So,
and
yeah,
that might be true. I'll give you
but
that. So
even still, it's still it's just one of those things where you can't like. I mean, yeah, but you don't get that without watching those Star Trek episodes. Yeah.
no, I agree. So okay. So let's go
Like
ahead
Orville
and
could be more Star Trek than this crap, but you don't get that without some of this crap. Because there's a lot of episodes of the other stuff. Not everything was gold. Even in Next Generation.
oh yeah, like they're bad episodes, no question on that. Listen, I mean, for sure, isn't
They
what's
have 20.
that? They have that one episode they don't even try to talk about for Next Generation with all the racist tropes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So but anyway, let's go ahead and rate Star Trek, or Starfleet Academy. I'm sorry, yes, look, Starfleet Academy. So Moses Magnum, what would you rate Starfleet Academy?
For me, it's a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the practical set. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you can see there's some green screen around, but like I love the practical sets and uh I like all the characters. Like it's a new generation of kids essentially. It kind of reminds me
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of like what I liked of Lower Decks, like with all the
Mm-hmm.
ensigns and stuff, and then what I liked the Prodigy together. So um I enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying this new wave of Star Trek more than I thought I would. Like even with like
Got you.
Discovery, or because I hated the like was it in Strange New Worlds, like the reptilian dudes, the Gorn. Like
Oh
I
yeah, the
hated that.
Gorn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like those are just xenomorphs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I hated those, but that episode was still tight. Though. Like those two
Right.
episodes were really good. So
Right.
I know that with this new wave of Star Trek, like I have to give it a little leeway.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I think I'm gonna give it a like a 3.75 because I did like it. I do feel like the main character, which is for the most part like the primary focus of like the first couple episodes, like he's not doing it for me. Like he actually might be like, even though the setup is good, the actor's not doing it for me. And like unfortunately he feels like the least interesting part of the show right now. That's not to say that that will be the case or that will remain the case, but for right now, that's how I feel. So I got to give it the 3.75. But I'm gonna keep watching it because it seems like like I feel like the show has a lot of potential, especially considering like the surrounding cast is cool. So we shall see. We shall see. We're gonna force Oz to keep watching.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna keep watching it, I guess. Like even Emily like was watching it. She's like, "Did they release all of them, or do we have to wait a week?" Like, so
Right.
like I've never seen her this excited for Star Trek since like our first
Oh,
date, because I took her to see
interesting.
Star Trek in the theater for our first date. So, but she was excited for another reason. Yeah,
Is that like when you say Star Trek? You're talking about Chris Pine?
yeah,
Got you.
yeah.
Got you.
So she was excited for a different reason there, because
Mm-hmm.
I was about to beam her up.
Is that what you're about to do? you,
Right now, she's like, "Beam me out of here, Scotty."
you're like, oh, too funny.
I can't do it.
He was at his.
I'm pushing it, Captain, but I can't do it.
You can't take much more of this.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Oh, she's got.
R.I.P. Walter Koenig. I
Oh,
think he's still
man.
alive, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I do
Let's.
love like this era. Oh, sorry. This era,
Yeah.
like it's a prime era for Star Trek, especially like the world we kind of live in, where it's like you kind of wish we could have, it's a little bit of a fantasy, but then now they're mirroring our world a little bit, so it's like Zack Snyder's Star Trek a little bit, like it's a little darker, a little more I want to say not nihilistic, but it is like the underbelly of what the cost of utopia, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get that, but definitely like, yeah, I really wish like, yeah, I forgot where I was going with it because I do want like, yeah, I want it to be an ideal, not a mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk
Also,
about
no, go ahead.
let's talk about Galactic because I know we're pushing up against
Yeah. I got nowhere to
our
be. You got somewhere
end
to be?
time.
Yeah, you got time?
I listen. Unfortunately I kind of do, but
You bastard. You
I
working part
still
time like these other cocksuckers do?
I love
Yeah.
it. Like you look, I'm out here on the 2 hour mark. Like you working part time. Like I'm trying to get to the next segment, Galactic. So this is a book that is being put out by DSTLRY. The writer is Curt Pires. Art is Amilcar Pinna. And
Amilcar Pinna.
say again.
Amilcar.
Oh, look, say it right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Color is Lee Lodridge and letter art by Micah Myers. So
Michael Myers.
Micah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not Michael. Micah.
Yeah.
Micah Myers. So yeah. So it's interesting because I
Real quick, I
know
want to show you my favorite cover for it. While I
oh
have
yeah, show us. There it is.
It's the white
The
cover.
white cover.
I bought it
What did
digitally, so
That-
they
oh,
gave me
that's
the white
hilarious.
cover digitally.
So now you can just get somebody to draw on it. It's like it's gonna be
I can do
amazing.
it myself and then erase it if it sucks.
So I know that this is basically touting itself as a like uh a like love story / war story kind of deal. Like
Mm.
I know the solicitation kind of sold it as like part Star Wars, part saga, part like sex criminals. Uh which, from a comic perspective, that's a high pedigree.
Mhm.
Uh I got to tell you all right from the beginning, like I am not sure it meets those lofty goals. Look, and don't get me wrong, I get it. Like like shoot for the moon, right? At least you'll be
Yeah.
among the stars. I'm not mad at the thought process, and there's no shame in not being as good as Saga or being as good as Sex Criminals or being as good Star Wars comics. But
Or
yeah,
even bad
man.
movies.
But it's one of these things where it's like I know for me, like I read the comic first and luckily saw that afterwards.
Okay.
But I'm like, man, like that, like I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure on that one, where you're like, we're like a little like take Star Wars and put a dash of Sex Criminals and add a bit of Saga, and I'm like I think you don't want to tell comic book readers that, because that's going to put people's expectations in a whole different place that most comics can't meet that.
Yeah, most comics can't meet it, and then and the thing is, most like everybody that writes their own little like sci-fi opera epic, they think it's
Mhm.
the most epic. Like everybody thinks they're writing Lord of the Rings when they're doing it. Like And it's like when somebody says like part saga, part Star Wars, like okay, but who said it? Like the writer or like Mark Wade that read it and he get him,
Right, right,
So
right.
and that's the thing. Um, in this case, like yeah, I didn't know anything about it. And then when I was reading it, I was like, oh, okay, this feels kind of like Star Warsy, but
Mhm.
Saga. But for me, it felt like Saga. When you read Saga #1, you're enthralled into this world,
100%. Like it,
without like
you're
too
reading
much
something
explanation.
special from
Yeah,
issue
with
one.
you don't know what's going on. You know what the world's happening. Just like that first two like caption boxes. Oh, and then they fell in love, and I'm here. Like so you know who
Mhm.
the narrator is. Here you find out who the narrator is, kinda, yeah, and it's giving you and everything like it's trying to tell you the whole world by jumping. You go into a flashback and then go into a flashback within a flashback. And
Right.
it's like, I can get with that. I enjoy this. This would be better in a heavy metal movie like Vignette. you know?
Mm.
Like this is what that comic feels like. If you want to sell this comic to me, this is like it's something you would have read in Heavy Metal magazine or seen in a Heavy Metal
Yeah.
animation. Like
Yeah.
it looks like, between the
It
art
definitely has that
style,
feel.
between the story is like if I don't want to call it bad, I call it avant-garde storytelling. You know, if I'm gonna sell it, but it's
Right.
not that it's bad storytelling. The story
No.
here is good. It's
Yeah.
just a little like I think they're trying to fit in. Like I don't know what the Distillery's model is, but it seems like about 40 pages for every first issue. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think this is like literally 48 pages, which is,
yeah,
I mean, like back in the
Distillery
day,
does
issues
it.
used to be that.
Yeah, yeah. And Distillery's been doing that constantly. Like a issue, like a 6-issue run is usually 3 issues for that reason.
Right.
Like you look, but you go to Brian Azzarello's "The Blood Brothers' Mother" or whatever. Like that book, it's only like
Mhm.
it's ongoing, but with 3 issues, you have like a full like story arc. You know,
Right.
because
Right.
they're doing the 50-page model, 48-page model. Here, I feel like they were trying to fill the 48 page, you
I feel
know,
that. I feel that. No, I
and
agree. Like it definitely felt like not only were there like moments where it was just like I feel like you're doing a lot of telling and not showing,
right,
but also it's like you're not only like telling, not showing, but you're like retelling. Like
yeah,
like
yeah,
we covered this already and now we're covering it again. And it's like it wasn't that dynamic the first time. And
It
it's
doesn't
definitely
merit a
not
second perspective, if
right.
that, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't merit a second perspective.
And that's when you
And
think,
that's
wait,
really what it
I
boils
didn't
down to.
watch. I'm so happy, like the way you Larry, like you deserve your props. I know I'm always shitting on you when you fuck up, but this episode that you produced today, like with all you need is kill and Star Trek and this, like
Mhm.
there's a through line here where
Mhm.
you got these characters and they're doing certain things and the execution of how you tell these character stories when you talk about how all you need is kill could be kind of samey and they
Right.
work on that,
Mhm.
this is kind of like that where it's like you're
Yeah.
seeing things from like you can be samey and give different perspectives with something like all you need is kill or even Edge of
Right.
Tomorrow and
Right.
have it done well. you know
Right. Right.
Here it's like it didn't merit that.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately.
that's 4 pages I could take off. I could have been on time for the show if I wasn't reading that extra 4 pages, you know what I mean?
Right. No, and
So,
it's true where and
yeah.
the thing is like there's something here. Like this
Yeah.
isn't a terrible book by any
No, no.
means. Uh like it's just that it like it feels like the time that we spent going over particular events from different perspectives could have probably been better spent like developing our character. And I
Making
think
you
that
care
that's
about every character or whoever is gonna be the character, because the narrator at least I don't know if for me the narrator isn't anybody we're following. So
I mean,
yeah,
I think it might be
yeah,
like the bounty hunter guy, but
yeah,
it doesn't. We don't know that for certain.
and we don't get that
And
answer. Yeah,
right, right, and
yeah.
but it's like we have like and don't get me wrong, I'm gonna go ahead and uh hit you all like with this first like the opening page, because this page, like, this got me where I was just like, okay, like, when I saw this I was like, I want to I want to like this book. You know what I'm saying? Like, this definitely was like, okay, from my perspective, I was like, oh, okay, so what are we about to do, right? So you have hold on, you have like, just like it basically says that this is a love story, right? Like, that's how this book starts.
Hmm.
And so this is what we see. And you have, this is a love story, and it's literally uh the like this is, you don't even necessarily know what you're seeing the first page that you're looking at this, but this is literally an alien getting the back of his head blown out by a laser. And you're just like, oh, okay. And I mean, I knew it was an alien getting like its head blown off. I knew that much. But I didn't know anything about the alien or anything like that. And so I was just like, okay, like, like, I'm like, that's an interesting way to start a book. So I'm like, let's keep going. And, you know, we keep going, and it like starts showing us, like, other different things. We see, the character basically says, oh, like, okay, but you know let me go back a bit. I kind of started too far down the way or whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. you know um and I'll actually also, since I can here real quick, I can show you all um the actual alien um that gets their head blown off here, because it's like, uh let's see, I can do it this way. Yes. Oh, no, I can't do it that way. Look, that would be wrong. Bam. And then if I do like this, does that work? No, that does not work. Hold on. But what the whole point that I'm trying to make is that, like, this joint starts off in a way that, like, intrigued me. And so you can see here, like, this is the alien down here, that, like, what the alien looks like. We basically are
Hmm.
looking at that bullet come out, or that laser come out the back of his head, and he gets blown up or whatever. But it starts off in a way where I'm like, okay, like, I want to like this. Um, I'm intrigued. And then, also too, this is a good way, or a good opportunity to show you all, like, we talked about the art style earlier, and how it kind of has like kind of reminiscent of like the French
Hmm.
comic book kind of style. So, you can
Yeah,
see a little bit of what we're talking about with that, with
a
with
little
this.
Argentinian,
Yeah,
like
exactly. Like,
yeah,
definitely. Man, that's spot on too. Or at least it feels like it to me.
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure somebody in the comments somewhere will tell us how wrong we are. Feel
Yeah.
free. But you know, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, like, there's something to be said about the book. Like, it started off, at least it did enough where I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, I want to know what's happening next. And I mean, I read it to the end. Like, I didn't feel like it was a slog or anything like that, where
Yeah.
I didn't want to know what was going to happen. It was just more so the idea that it's like, as I'm going through it, I'm just like, okay, the storytelling isn't gripping me. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's like, it's not so much like I don't want to know what happens. It's just, I know I could be getting this same story delivered to me in a better fashion.
Hmm.
And that's unfortunate. Like, I don't want to read a book and feel that way. I don't want to feel like, oh, if there was a different writer and artist.
It'd be easier if you like read it and you're like, I don't even care what happens, because then it's like you
Right.
just don't want to
Mhm.
deal with, So you're
No,
right near
absolutely.
you're stuck in this abusive relationship with this comic book, you know.
No, and I agree with you where it's
Yeah,
like there's a like I've read comics like that too, obviously, where I'm
yeah,
just like, okay, this story just wasn't for me.
yeah.
And that's the thing. Where I'm
That
like,
Moon
no,
Knight
this
series with David Finch doing the art. They kept throwing Civil War on it. It had nothing to do with Civil War.
and that's what I'm saying, where it's like it would have been different if I was like, okay, yeah, I don't feel like this is for me. But I'm like, no, this feels 100% like the kind of story that I want to be reading.
Yeah,
But it needs to be better than this, and it should be better than this. Like, and my thing is, you know what I think the honestly what and this I feel bad for saying this because and I hope that if the creators ever hear me say this, this isn't like a personal thing because
yeah.
I
I'm gonna
don't
send it to
know
him.
them, huh?
I'm gonna send it to him.
You can send it to him. It's like at penis. No. But it's like not only do I feel like I could be getting a better version of this story, but I almost feel like I could be getting a better version of this story from like these same creators.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think the problem is the story or the people working on it. I think editorial kind of dropped the ball a little. You know,
Maybe
like
like I
maybe
don't
they
look.
should have been a little. I mean, I know you don't want to be heavy-handed with your talent a little bit, but I think here they probably needed a little guidance. Like, you know,
Maybe
or even just give us a 28-page book. Like
right? No,
make
and
it
that's true.
make it 28, tell your story in 28 pages and keep us wanting more. Like I
Yeah,
really do feel like they needed to meet this format that Distillery decides they want to do. And
and
it's
that
like
could
if
be
this
it.
book was a 28-page image book, it might have
Hmm.
felt different.
I listen, and you very well may have hit the nail on the head there, Moses, because
Yeah.
it might just be like, yeah, like if Distillery is like, we want our issue number ones to be 48 pages, and they're like, hey, I got the story, and they're like, hey, that's a great story, we love it, but we need you to make it 48 pages. Then
Yeah.
yeah, like all of a sudden we're getting this filler,
Yeah.
and yeah, like nobody like
It's like Charles Dickens
the
getting paid by the word.
all of a sudden the creators aren't passionate about what they're
Yeah.
creating because they're
Yeah.
just like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I made a 32-page story, and they're like, can you give us, friggin' 16 more pages?
Like they probably brought in something that would have been cool in the next issue, and they put it in here without really explaining it, you know. And like,
Maybe
cause even like a flashback, like the girl's story, that could have been
hmm
something we get in the next
later.
issue
Yeah,
as they're
absolutely.
meeting or whatever, in
Hmm.
230-page comic. So
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's like, look, I found the princess's story actually more
oh
interesting
yeah, I,
than anything that I saw. Well, I won't
yeah,
say anything because the thing is they allude to the bounty hunter dude having an
hmm,
interesting backstory, like because they
right,
they like they literally was just like one, not even, I don't even know if it's a full page, but like definitely like a number, like 3 panels where they're just like, oh, okay, this fool got like abandoned by his dad and somehow sold into slavery or
boo,
something, and those is like, cry me
yeah.
a river, yeah.
Wearing
But
a
no,
shirt
but
that says God's hate in it. I lived
and
through all that.
and so, you know abandoned by his dad, he gets like, his canine buddy like adopts him, like, hey, so like we understand like in just a few panels, and this is how, this is how I was like, okay, like these fools can
Yeah.
tell stories because they told me like the abridged version of this guy's backstory in literally like 4 panels,
Well, the
and
first like
so
4 pages were just a little bit of dialogue and some um caption boxes, and I feel like I got a lot with just that, and I'm like, "Oh man, I love this comic already." Like I'm gonna breeze through these pages quick and I'll be on show on
mhm,
time. And then
mhm.
it turned into redundancies,
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like when a comic can tell you things with zero context and then draw you
Mhm,
in like that, like those first 3, 4 pages did of this book,
mhm,
there's
mhm.
something there.
Yeah. Yeah, so and I think that that's what it boiled down to, where it's like, at the end of the day, I'm kinda like, this first issue feels to me like it doesn't live up to its own potential,
Hmm.
and it feels like the creators could have done better somehow. And again, I like it very well might be an editorial decision that kind of like makes it feel like, okay, like this just isn't hitting the way that it should hit. Um, because like like the art's not terrible. It's definitely like a stylized,
Yeah.
kind of. It's a stylistic choice, but for me, like it definitely conveys the story to a certain degree. And like if the story's good, I don't like. It's not my favorite art, but it's definitely enough that I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I mean, even I will say this, like a big thing for me that I was a little bit disappointed by was like, I showed the alien that got
Hmm.
its head blown off. I feel like that alien is probably one of the most unique looking aliens in the whole
Yeah.
book. After that, like all the other aliens look like just caricatures of people. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, and there were some parts of it where I'm like, there was literally a part in the book where I was looking and I'm like, I don't know if that's like an alien trait or just how this guy draws, where he was like using like, foreshortening or like making like certain body parts bigger
Yeah.
because he was trying to emphasize like the smack
I think it kind.
versus like it just being like an alien with big hands.
I
And
think
I'm
he
just like,
really wanted to make it look like a fisheye lens in the corner
yeah,
watching something
maybe.
happen, and
But again, that's like
it
the
didn't
fact that I
work.
don't know
Yeah, yeah, but
is
it
the
didn't work.
problem.
It didn't work how it was supposed to. I feel like that's a
Mhm.
big issue with it. I do, in case they do listen.
Mhm.
This criticism is fully constructive because I
Right.
still enjoyed it,
Yeah, no, and that's how
and
I
I want
intended
to
too.
see
Yeah.
more of it.
Yeah.
I want to. I wasn't like as enthralled as I would have been with like when I read Saga, but I
Yeah.
still this is like there's a reason I've been reading heavy metal magazines since I was 7 is
Right.
because stories like this would be in there, and
Mhm.
I would get 8 pages, and with 8 pages, I want to, I want to see the rest. I'll buy next issue just for that
Right.
one story, if not the
Right.
others. You know.
Right.
So,
No, absolutely. Like I would definitely read the second issue of this. And I yeah, and I think like again, you hit it on the head where I'm like I would hope that the criticism that they would hear if they did hear is like it's all offered up as constructive because like
yeah.
I just want the book to be great and it feels like it has that potential, but
Hmm.
it's not there yet.
Like I
And
love the
so
art, like even the warp stuff. Like I
mhm.
love it. Like it looks like watching a heavy metal cartoon segment, or
Mhm.
like this is like it reminds me of a book called The Incal from Jarodowski,
Mm.
and um we were in the Netherlands. I bought one over
Mhm.
there, and
Mhm.
that's the tough, and it's very. He's a dude from Chile, but he's French, and
Mhm.
he makes French comics. So I was in the Netherlands. I could get it in English. Here I can't.
Right.
They're now they're doing it, and they had a whole Kickstarter where I could get everything. But I'm like,
No.
I don't want to pay two
Yeah.
hundred dollars. You know,
There it is, man.
well,
Times
I
are
want
tough.
to, I can't. You know,
Right. There it
that's the
is, man.
problem. Yeah, but it's
Right.
like, but I love that dude's movies, like El Topo, and he was supposed to do the first Dune with
Mm.
like Mick Jagger in it as like the dude as he had a whole thing with it. Yeah,
Mm.
he's a great
When was that supposed
filmmaker.
to happen?
That before the old Dune, like
Oh,
the
wow.
David Lynch. They
Yeah.
David Lynch replaced him
Wow.
in that movie, and David Lynch
Gotcha.
did what he did. And they look. There's I love David Lynch and Jodorowsky. So it
Mhm.
tells you the type of shit I like. Which this book feels like one of those, and so.
Gotcha.
And I read those in like French and Dutch and shit,
Mhm.
so it's
Right.
like I get what I get from them, and this book kind of does that too. It's just it's in English, and I should get more.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool, man. So listen, let's rate Galactic. Moses Magnum. What would you rate Galactic number
I
one?
give it a 3.5. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love the art. Like I every panel, like as weird as it looks, and even like the aliens, like yeah, maybe they could get a little more creative, but you know what? Maybe it is like a piece of space that got colonized by just these one
Right.
type of people, you know. So, but they don't tell me this here. But you know, in the type of story that this is, a war story and a love story like this, and a lust story for a few pages, you know, like this could be the case, you know, like you're a
Could
stranger
be.
in a strange land, you know, like so.
Right.
I'm open to that. So I'm not as uh, your criticism for the alien like that. Like I don't have the same feeling because I'm giving it leeway based on just like you know reading like you know stuff like you know City of a Thousand Planets and shit like that. You know, so or Planet of yeah City of a Thousand all that shit. So um and yeah, I like this, and that style, I love it. Like I love it, super clean. Like, and it reminds me a little bit of the animation style that I saw in the trailer you played for All You Need Is Kill. So it's like,
Yeah.
and I love that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the style. It's like super clean and like without without too much shading, it's gonna still give you depth. You know, I know
Mm-hmm.
Oz hated it because he like you don't see the cheekbones for some reason. He likes to see cheekbones, but you could still see the depth in their face without the cheekbone shading. You know, like
Right.
it's super flat, and I mean, yeah, it's almost reminds me of like Murakami style art or the super flat pop art movement from Japan
Mm-hmm.
and you know that was influenced by French comics and heavy metal and anime and
Right.
stuff too. So
Right.
it's all full circle. So for me, like this book should have been a 5, but that's on the
Right.
editor, Steve, whatever his name is. Yeah,
Buscemi.
I blame
No, no.
him. Yeah, but
The editor is actually Chris Stevens.
oh yeah, so he's got 2 first names. That's why would they hire somebody with 2 no, sorry, dude. Just fucking with you. Because I think it might be your fault of this book, you know. But but it is like this book is something I should have loved. Like I
Yeah.
should have given it a 5, you know.
Yeah.
But I still 3.5 because I
Yeah.
want to read the next one still. You know.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Sorry, did I take myself
Yeah.
out? I did. I didn't mean to. I meant to do this. 3.5 for me as well. And same thing where I'm like I was actually excited for this book and wanted to read it. And when I did read it, I was like, oh, like this didn't meet my expectations in the way that I was hoping. And but there's still something there. And I still would like to read the second issue. So, like I guess like they'll get my money again,
Yeah.
you know, for at least for one more issue. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But like yeah. So we'll see. Um, but yeah. All right, man. It's time for us to get out of here, friend. Let's do some final thoughts.
I do have, I guess that's my final thought. I'll do a Mo deal. If you go to Humble Bundle right now for like $18, you can get all of Lone Wolf and Cub digitally,
What?
as well as a bunch of other fucking Dark Horse manga like that they did in that format. And
Dang.
and I think it's some from the same dude that did it. So it all looks really good. I wish I had a screenshot for it, but that like so it's $18. It helps the Hero Initiative. So if you pay 25, you're donating $6. The $6 extra, like $1 from the 18 goes to the donation, but if you buy it for 25, it goes the rest goes to the donation. And if you buy it for like 40, you can donate. It's for a good cause. You're still getting like 11 volumes of like one of the greatest mangas ever, you know.
Nice.
And for on top of like every other manga that's probably as good or even better that we just never heard of. So
Gotcha.
it's a good you're gonna go on a flight for $25. You can get all this stuff loaded up on your tablet, and like you might wish you would have had that shitty layover. Yeah.
There it is. Shout out to Hex in chat. He says, I hear final thoughts music. Yes, sir. It's
Heck,
about
and
that
they're gonna
time.
start videos, bodybuilding videos.
Do it. Do it. I'd
Potentially.
love to see it. So, with that said, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. You know, hit us up. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see more of. We'll listen. Until then, we're the Fantastic Forum. Good night.